from the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear presents Tec Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Crucial, apparel partner 656, accessories partner Cosmic Byte, and esports partner Aimlab. It's me, Universe, here today, along with CCW, and we have got a great matchup on our hands, a matchup that I think has been long awaited in the Esports Club Gauntlet, and I think I want you to tell us viewers about it, CCV, because I want to hear it from you first. What do you think about this?
Look, alright, overall Gauntlet, the regular season's coming to an end. Group A, it only has a single best of 3 remaining before it is completely done and the teams, well, majorly they're qualified. There's still a big storyline about Group A. But for now, we have tons of matches remaining in Group B, and today's match between S8UL team, who are looking strong, who can make a spot, who can take that spot in that playoffs, they are going to be fighting off, and they'll be pitting off against Godparticles, like you mentioned, Universe. You know, again, a match that is long awaited. Both these teams, well, for both these teams, this will be their final best of 3 that they will be playing in the regular season. So not only are they playing for the playoff spot, and there are many intricacies regarding that, surrounding that. You know, we'll talk about it later as soon as the standings have been brought up. But well, they also have to put on a great show for their fans. They've got to make sure that, you know, their fans, the last time they see them in the regular season, they enjoy them. You know, the last time they'll be seeing these teams will be today. But so far, we have seen both of these teams plenty of times. They've played 6 best of 3s. And overall, Universe, how have they tallied against each other and overall in Group B?
Yeah, you can have a look at it. Godparticles, this is either their chance to move up What is S8? This is Seoul's chance to move up. This is a do or die situation. Even if one map is being pulled out here by Seoul, I think they're good to go. I think they will be qualifying into the next round. But
Yeah.
if Godparticles win this 2-0, they're going to send Seoul straight down to the depths of hell. And then it's VALOR to make their say in this, because they're the ones holding the key to either one of these, because Godparticles have this match in a need to win kind of a situation. Whereas Seoul, if they win one match, they're going to be a-okay. They can go ahead with 8 points, and they're going to survive this with, 3 wins and 4 losses, which, by the way, is going to exist across 2 teams now. Because if Godparticles
Yeah.
win this, it's going to be 3-4. S8, it's going to be the same for S8UL Esports, 3-4-8. And who knows, even for, VALOR, it could be the same. Maybe they could trump these 2 teams. But there's still a lot of competition here, and I love this at the last final stage of the group stages. That competition for that last spot in the playoffs is being contested for by 3 teams, and 3 really good teams, by the way. So it couldn't be at higher stake right now.
That's the thing. Not only in Group B are the teams competing, but the players as well. You know what? Let's have a look at the MVP standings, because there's so many players from Group B who have been putting in consistent performances. Obviously, absolutely without a single shred of doubt in our minds, we have the most valuable player overall in Season 3 of Gauntlet. That is going to be Deathmaker from Velocity, participating in Group A. But other than that, yes, we've got S8UL Esports as well, and that's the number 4 position. Paradox and just like Deathmaker, both of them have also not been strangers with the MVP standings. Both these lads, they've been putting in great performances. They've made sure that every single time they come out, they play a BO3, they put in those numbers, they get those frags and headshots for themselves. Number 4 position, well, right now Trick holds it. And yet again, S8UL Esports, what's going to happen to them? Are they going to qualify? Are they not? Still up for debate. So a lot going to happen. Deathmaker and Trick, yeah, they are currently in Group A, but that's different. Right now, we have to focus on Group B. And this is what makes Group B so interesting. That apart from TEAMXO and True Rippers, TEAMXO obviously who have finished their season in a flawless run, just a clean sheet overall, not a single BO3 lost. True Rippers as well, with only a few losses here and there, they have secured their spots. And to an extent, even Team Exploit are performing well. But now, unlike Group A, which is only a fight between 2 rosters for that number 4 position, Team B includes 3. It's a 3-way tie at the moment, and you never really know what's going to happen. This is going to be the end for 2 of those 3 teams. This is going to be the final best of 3 that they'll be playing, which leaves VALOR in a pretty intricate spot. They can just look at these 2 teams, they can see their performances, and it's not as if VALOR aren't going to try their best regardless of what happens here. If Godparticles win, S8UL win, VALOR is still going to give it their level best, but they can get an upper hand against their future opponents. Right now, we can have a look at the opponents of each other. We'll start off with S8UL. It's a roster everyone is very familiar with, but we'll bring them up on screen so we can introduce them yet again. We know all of these players. Vexy, Binks, Strix, all of these guys, we have seen them perform, and we have seen them make amazing plays, not just with their guns, but also with their brains.
Indeed. S8UL Esports is a team that constantly, has been under the spotlight for both the good and bad, because they've had performances that they should have, made so much better than given their stature. But at the same time, they've shown us their true potential in some of these matches where we're like, okay, this is the real S8UL Esports. I think it's a matter of consistency. I think that this team needs a little bit more time to gel together. It is a great set of individual players, because we know how good these guys are. Back when we know Batman, Vexy, and Easy were in ENIGMA, they were a force to be reckoned with, among the top 3 teams in the region. And Bings and Strix together from the T69 roster were this dynamic duo of a duelist slash, Bings playing that flex role. He can play whatever his team needs him to be. And Strix playing that, cutting knife edge jet role, gives this team individual statistics for each one of them, right? Each one of them have got something to give individually, but as a team, they've kind of not given out their potential to the best, right? It's like a team of 5 superstars that need a little bit more time to get their team chemistry together. But let's see who's going to have more individual brilliance today as the player spotlight powered by Crucial comes up in front of us. And it is going to be Strix. Of course, it has to be him, the spearhead of the team, the Jet main himself from the side of S8UL Esports. What are your thoughts about him, CCV? Give it to me.
Strix, I'm not gonna lie, I mean, obviously every single Jet player in the Gauntlet, regardless of which team they play for, they're the Jet player for a reason. We absolutely adore watching their plays, their kills, their frags, no matter what they do. And at the same time, they can obviously be the entry fragger, playing the dive agent as well, not just helping out the team in terms of killing other, defenders, but in also paving the way for the attack, for the execution to happen. And Strix can certainly do that. We've seen him plenty of times. And, looking at the maps as well, which we obviously will talk about, it's the best of 3. We've got 3 maps. We will be seeing Jet most of the times, absolutely. So Strix is going to be on the same agent. I don't see him deviating on any other agent. I don't see him taking up a Raze or a Phoenix anytime soon. He'll be on the Jet. He will be focused. And I'd just like to see a little bit of a performance. Right now, yeah, as a Jet main, you take risks. There's no denying that. You are the first person entering the bomb side. Even on defense, holding the operator, you are the person holding down a corridor of angles or just holding a long hallway. So you're no stranger to danger. You just have to deal with it, essentially. And that does grant you a lot of the times that you will die to the opposition. Yes. Only thing is, in this case, the average combat score of Strix, it's a 205, which is still good for any Jet main, but this is the Gauntlet we're talking about. We have seen average combat scores reach high up 280s, 290s. We had a look at the MVP standings. So we've got to see him staying alive a bit more, saving that up a bit more, and then going for kills. Now, how can he stay alive? Well, by getting rid of his opposition. Who exactly are his opposition? Well, Godparticles. Let's have a look at their roster. And let's have a look at what makes this team a viable contender for the final spot in the playoffs for Gauntlet Season 3. Again, another roster we know about. We have seen plenty of these players play before. I mean, I'm no stranger to ScarGod personally. The amount of times I've seen this man play the Astra on the map of Ascent, I just associate Astra with him. And who knows, he may end up on the player spotlight. But are there any other players, sticking out to you in terms of their performance or in terms of their play style?
I think for me, particularly, I love watching Shivy play. I love watching Logista play. So I think they're a great combo because Shivy is the initiator, and we've got Logista as the guy who turns and moves for the team. He fits in any role possible. He plays a controller mainly. I've seen him play on the Viper, and he does a great job, to be honest. I think, both of these guys are, two of my players that I think that are exciting to watch on the roster of Godparticles. And I'm pretty sure that today they need to be putting their best foot forward because both of these teams, this is their last match of the Gauntlet. This is their only way of survival. You either qualify or you don't. That's all this match is about. So just because of that, I think just because of that being there on the line, I think this might just end up being a 3-match map because, 3-map match, just because of the fact that somebody is going to go full tryhard mode in one of those maps at least, or maybe in all 3 of those maps, so that they don't lose out. Because we're going to see map number 1 come up, we're going to see map number 2 come up, which probably is going to be taken up by either team. But before we go to the map redo, let's have a look at the player spotlight for this team. Godparticles, powered by Crucial. Here is the player spotlight, and we're going to be seeing Shivy there. Of course, it had to be him. I think my predictions are on point today. And we're going to have Shivy on the player spotlight. And he's had a pretty decent tournament himself. 155 kills, 77 assists. He's got a positive KD of just above 1. And an ACS of 175 as a Sova. You can't be too happy about that. It's pretty good, right?
It's good enough. Yeah, exactly. Shivy's got to focus more on his utility, especially when you've got agents and especially when you got players who are willing to play agents such as Strix was earlier as we saw him. Oh, sorry, not Strix, but regular players inside of Godparticles that are willing to just get aggressive or are, going to play and adapt to how exactly the opponents perform. You've got to make sure that your utility usage is on point. One thing I absolutely adore from Shivy is when he plays the breach on the map of Split. Right now, yes, obviously he has played Sova far more times, and I guess every single initiator, not just in this region, but overall in the world can agree to that. Yeah, Sova does hold more of the market share in the initiator market right now. Then comes Sky, then comes Breach. However, every single time I see the map of Split, I see Godparticles perform a lot, and it's been happening before Godparticles. The roster we know now was implemented as well. Even before that, Shivi, countless amount of times have we seen this guy play Breach, and his utility usage is amazing. Whether it be the aftershock to in like disorient the enemies, or like get them away from those pesky little angles, the anti-entrenchment utility, as many people call it, fault line flashes, every single thing just gets those opposing members out of their angles, out of the hidden corners that they are, and they allow the teammates of Shivi to engage in gunfights favorable to them thanks to his utility. Same thing can be applied to Sova as well. We are going to see plenty of owl drones, we are going to see plenty of recon bolts. That is just how it goes. So I am really excited to see it. One thing I'm also excited to see about is which maps are these Sova recon bolts and these owl drones will be played on, and on which maps exactly are the teams heading on forward to as well. Because these teams, well, they have a different kind of map pool. They prefer different sort of maps. And are they going to play to each other's strengths, or are they going to find a more neutral ground to play these three maps on? Are they going to play on maps where both of them are experienced? Let's have a look at the map veto. And oh, okay. Starting off, map of Breeze chosen by Godparticles. I'm not gonna lie, Godparticles. Yeah, absolutely. Godparticles are in a good spot here because S8UL, we haven't seen them play Breeze. It's been a while since we have seen S8UL play Breeze. Meanwhile, Godparticles, they have played this map a couple of times. Even recently, we have seen them here. Defense has been chosen by S8UL. Even that's an interesting topic of conversation. But for now, Universe, take us through the next two maps that we will be seeing later on.
Yeah, I think this is a great start for this matchup. I really did not expect a Breeze to be in here. I really thought that, that is one of the maps that Seoul would go for a straight instant ban, because we know that Breeze is really not their best map. They have other maps where they are better. Bind is one of their best, and that's exactly why it's the second map here. And I think this is probably going to end up being 3 maps here, CCV, because just because of the fact that Godparticles are definitely looking really strong on Breeze. I think they've picked it multiple times, and they've done a great job of putting their opponents in a tough spot when it comes to Breeze, especially on their attack. They are really good. But on Bind, S8UL Esports are the masters. They take control. They, pressurize the opponent really heavily. They try to be aggressive, and it works out for them most of the times. And I think Ascent is definitely going to be on the cards today. And I love this. I think that we are going in a great order, because I really thought maybe, it's going to be the similar map pool where we're going to see, okay, we're going to have another Ascent, Haven, Bind, or, Ascent, Haven split, something like that. But no, we're going to see Ascent in the end, and I love this. That's absolutely great from these teams to start off with on Breeze. Let's see how it all turns out. I want to know your expectations, though. What do you think about it?
I'm gonna agree with you. I think Breeze is just Godparticles. They like statistically and even theoretically, they just look very strong here, because not only have they picked this map and S8UL, they haven't banned it, but at the same time, S8UL have chosen defense first. And the thing is, Godparticles have a 70% attacking win rate. 70%. That is big numbers. And the fact that S8UL have chosen defense first, knowing this already, speaks to me that either they aren't completely sure, or they have some sort of counter strat or a way of retaliation planned against the members of Godparticles. But other than that, yeah, we talked about Godparticles being strong on Breeze. The opposite is true for the map of Bind. S8UL looking very strong here, and Ascent is just going to be the amazing decider map. But for now, the players have to decide which agents they'll be picking on the map of Breeze. So let's jump in and let's have a look at the compositions that both of these rosters will be running. For the side of S8UL, we can already see them fixating towards that double initiator. Does make sense. As the controller, Binks will be choosing the Viper. Viper yet again. You just name Breeze and Viper has like a 95% pick rate on this map. So it's absolutely no surprise that Binks and Ember have chosen the same agent in terms of the controller, and looks like the same compositions are going to be brought out as well. Yeah, double initiator from both of the sides. So it's not going to be about the compositional differences that will matter or that will make the differences. it's going to be the player play styles and, well, obviously the team play style altogether.
Yeah, I think that we probably were going to expect this similar lineup from both these teams, because this is kind of a given it's almost a staple on the map of Breeze that we see this lineup come in: the Viper, the Sky, the Jet, Sova, and the Cypher. Sometimes you can be shifting up a little bit. Maybe if you're feeling lucky, if you want to go for that double controller, sometimes, which we have seen picked up by Velocity Gaming as well. They picked up the Brimstone at times when the Matarasu was still in the lineup, and they were just messing around with Breeze in the early stages. I remember still the Viper, Brimstone, Sova, and Sky, and the Jet. They opted out of the Cypher play because, well, on the map like Breeze, those tripwires, only 2 of them kind of in such a huge map falter down, but they figured out how to use it properly, and now almost every team goes for it. And I think it's a great thing that they're utilizing a Sentinel. But let's head in straight into the game to find out what exactly is going to be utilized by each of these players, as we've got tournament life, playoff life on the line here. S8UL Esports against Godparticles. Ladies and gentlemen, hit some love for your favorite teams as they fight it out for the green carpet.
All right, and right now, yeah, we'll be initiating off the pistol round in no time. Again, pistol round, you can only go for so much utility. You only have 800 credits to spare. And yeah, many of these players, they haven't spared any of it. They have used as much as possible. They've got to make sure that they get this pistol round under their belt for them to have the good start. But then again, pistol round, anti-eco, and then you're back to square one. Your opponents can buy rifles. You got the bonus round. We all know how it goes. On Breeze as well, it's no different story. So pistol round is going to matter to an extent. Right now, we have gone through a small technical issue. Hopefully it gets resolved very, very quickly. I mean, we can see the players in the map. So everyone, I know every single person wants to start as soon as possible. But at the same time, it makes you think. The map of Breeze, the one thing I love about this map is the ways with which you can infiltrate your enemy's defenses, or even your enemy's attack. If you're a lurker, who's hell-bent on lurking and going near the attacker spawn, because there's so many possible varieties you can indulge in. You can go up mid, you can go near the castle section, use highway, go into the B-bomb side, then go into defender spawn relatively unnoticed. To an extent, you will be. You can use tube, and yeah, the one thing about tube is most of the times the defender is present either near there or in defender spawn looking out for attackers like you. But then again, you can make a lot of frisky plays happen. Tube is one of the very intricate areas because it is narrow and it is just a big long line with minimal cover here and there, a few pillars here, a few metal doors here and there. So yeah, you don't have a lot of cover. Operators rule that, everyone knows that. But if you can try and sneak up that area without letting the defenders or the attackers know, it can be extremely resourceful to your squad. Whether you want to retake a bomb site, whether you want to deplete the attacker's execution before it's even started, or you want to just completely extinguish any and all chances the defense had of setting up a proper, sight hold. Because as soon as you're peeking these angles from tube, as soon as you're looking towards pillars and defenders spawn, it jeopardizes so many of the angles that the defenders play in. And unfortunately, they won't be able to do a lot about it since the pressure will obviously be applied from A main as well. Thus, a simple pinch execution, simple yet effective, could be the way to describe that more more precisely. But right now, yeah, we're still waiting on the players to make sure that they're all ready. They've got their 100% ready to go. So just clearing up any and all issues that we have. Hopefully, like I said, it shouldn't take too long, and hopefully it shouldn't take too long for Godparticles to conjure up a plan, because this is their map. This is their home ground. They have boasted up great statistics here previously when they've played it in the Gauntlet. Even sometimes they've played it in other tournaments. They found success here. And that's the thing, that is it going to lead into overconfidence? Do S8UL have something up their sleeves, an ace up their sleeves, to make sure that they get an early cheeky little victory on the map of Breeze? And then on Bind, S8UL are, well, practically very solid structured. Is that the case? Or is it going to go the way which everyone expects, where Godparticles, they'll be the ones taking charge, they win map number 1, S8UL will win map 2, and well, we obviously go to Ascent.
Yeah, that kind of looks like the storyline set up for us. I think that, you know, it's something that you would expect because Breeze is definitely looking a lot more towards the side of Godparticles. I don't want to take away anything from the side of Soul. If they do win Breeze, I'm going to be really happy for them because that's a huge
Yeah.
improvement line that, you know, they've been working on for quite a while. Because back when we saw T69 play on Breeze, it was a real tearjerker for them because they always had to try really hard against these teams, no matter who came up against them. Breeze was this kind of a, you know, one-touch map that every time they touched it, it always ended up on the worst side for them. And if they win out this one, I'm going to be really happy for them. But if you look at the overarching storyline, it does look like Godparticles are probably going to be taking their home map and then followed up by the side of Soul to take up their home map, and we're probably going to be seeing Ascent as a ground zero to finish off everything that we're going to see as a war between these two teams. And just as I say it, the war is about to begin, ladies and gentlemen. They've got all of the technical issues sorted out. Soul is ready. Godparticles are ready. And here we go to the first pistol. We've got them fighting it out for the playoff spot. And there's nothing more to wait for.
No more charges left.
Absolutely. All right. So let's commence. Yeah. Final best of three that these two teams will be playing. So again, show the love for them in the chat. Make sure that they know, they're well aware that they've got the fan support with them. Whether you're talking about S8UL or Godparticles. Let's start off. Ember looks to take the initial gunfight. It's going to be a classic against the Ghost. So I think we already know that Vexy is in a bit of an advantage right here. But then again, Legista's not willing to peek that angle too much. Oh no, he does. Knight Riders in the bomb side. A side control. Vexy does get the kill onto Tube. That is good for S8UL. They are ready for the retake. Everyone from S8UL is here. The toxic screen goes down. Knight Rider gets one, but even he's been traded out. And with this man advantage that S8UL have, they can play by the numbers. Easy is taking those gunfights.
Oh no!
But Scargod gets a double with that Ghost from the same angle. Now God Vexy, he's got to put in work alongside Badman. Badman through the toxic screen gets the headshot. That's great for him. Both the teammates, they have repositioned themselves. They are picking off the members of Godparticles one by one. Shivy on 50 HP. He spots one. He shoots one. Both of them on low HP. The spike is being diffused. Shivy on 25. Oh! Can he do it? Okay, he's got to go off. It's a Sova versus Sova. Half spike has been diffused. He's sticking it, and he's
gonna stick it.
Vexy sticks. Vexy, you know, he sticks the spike diffuse, and even though Shivy gets the kill, we saw plenty of Sky versus Sky kills, Sova versus Sova kills. But S8UL, their retake was successful. The one single man advantage they have made sure that it stuck all towards the end.
Yeah, that kind of, you know, backfired because Scargod got that 2k, and I really thought that's probably going to be the end of the round right there. But somehow, they pulled it back. God Vexy was alive, Batman was alive, and even though Batman did go down, it was Soul to bring out that defuse being stuck in by Vexy and take out the pistol. As now, they've got the upper hand, buying in every bit of weaponry that they can along with the armor. They're not leaving any chinks. Ember. Close to God Vexy. Could... Oh, he heard him. That should be an easy kill if God Vexy chooses to push up. He's not sure if anybody's close on this wall here. That's exactly why he's holding back. As the players of Godparticles push into the A side, yet again crawling in. Binks has found one. Oh, Logista. You
Cage trigger.
sneaky little fella finds a kill, and that's going to give a little bit of a damage to the side of Soul. But not too much as Ezzy. He stabilizes. And that's probably going to be the end of the round right there.
Yeah, alright, so one good kill. That was really nice. I don't think Strix would have been expecting that. But other than that, I guess everyone watching would have been expecting the same result for this round. It was the anti-eco Godparticles. Minimal amount of guns, minimal amount of utility. That's about it. Now they can go for the full buy. As we can see on our screens, they've gone for rifles. They've gone for full armor. No ultimates still on board, so this may be the final round before we can start seeing ultimates flood in as well. And S8UL, they're just going to take their bonus. Strix, who was the casualty right now, he opts to buy full armor. Sheriff looking to pop some heads off, which will be great for his team. The Sheriff, if Strix can land that headshot, extremely valuable, just because of the fact that that will be another dropped rifle on the squad of Godparticles. So yeah, that Jet, he's made some progress in terms of map control. He's getting plenty of information impression that either a lot of the attackers are on A, or they are on B main, or they may have split against, or they may have split. And the information right now is it's going to be an A execute, which is true. The spike is right here. It's going to be planted. There's Strix. He dashes, he shoots, but he is against the Vandal of Ember right here. Knight Rider gets the opening kill. So the bomb site is up for grabs for the members of Godparticles. Strix has completely been lopsided from so many angles. He's got to stay in this corner waiting for the aid of his teams. But it's yet to come as S8UL are yet to regroup and retake.
Yep, this buy round looking pretty good for Godparticles right now as Logista finds the kill into Godvexy out in the open with the recon. Is going to give him his death, and he gets another blinded through the cage. He's going to be the only one getting one back as Skargod doubles up yet again. And that is the first round for Godparticles as we see them win the buy round. And this is now the chance for S8UL to show what they've got in their bag, because the first buy round should be coming in for them. And the litmus test, whether it's going to turn red or blue, this is exactly where it's going to be showing up.
I do remember a bit from 9th grade science, but the thing is, universe, I have chosen commerce, so I am not. Was it base turns red to blue? Is that the correct one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, all right. So, yeah. So I know my science. I know it very well. But other than that, these teams know each other right now because we've only been 3 rounds in. And the thing is that, yeah, so they've done a good job. They've done excellent by winning the pistol, the anti-eco. But this is where all of it counts. Only a single ultimate on board. That's going to be the Seekers from Shivi. Other than that, ults aren't going to be in play. So we are still, these players, they're still going to rely heavily on their primary, secondary, and signature ability alongside their gunplay, alongside their mechanical ability to help them win the round. As Godvexy is holding a very extremely passive angle. He spots Knight Rider, 40 HP, no armor. He's got a fallback. It's another A execute from Godparticles. They have side control. They have the initial kill, and they follow through more with it as 2 more frags roll around in favor of the attackers. S8UL, they're down to a 2-man squad. Ezzy has been spotted. He also dies. And Badman, the best choice for him would be either to look for exit frags or to save this Vandal because there's no other hope. Again, a beautifully executed attack right here. The round was done and dusted as soon as the execute was over, and Godparticles, they had side control, to be honest.
Badman trying to crawl in at the side is not going to find any success. Ember takes him down. That's going to be a really clean round, except for the one casualty that they got Particles. And that's going to put the side of S8UL on an eco. That is still okay. Still the initial stage is 2 for 2. And not too much of a problem, given that, these 2 rounds were almost like customary given to Godparticles, given that their buy was much stronger in terms of both armor and utility and weaponry as well. So they did a good job pushing up halls with a 2-man setup. Was a great choice, and now they've got the advantage. Pushing up towards A main. Binks, he gets spotted out thanks to that recon which Shivi put in early. Great presence of mind expecting it, Shivi. Now they slow it down a bit. Oh, Strix, his head has been spotted. Knight Rider, he wants it. But Skargod's found another head on the other side of the map as Shivi's holding on to throw in his Al drone. And Knight Rider to follow up through it. And Godvexy's listening to these rotations come in. Maybe could catch one off guard. But here comes Godparticles.
Alright, so yeah, Godparticles, they're executing it again, but this is a far more slower form of execution right now. And the thing is, S8UL, they still
revealing area.
30 seconds left.
Yet gone out of this. They're still trying to fight. They're still trying to go for this retake. And they will try to do their best to get it. And Skargod, he's not afraid of a fight here.
Blinded.
He wants it. He's going to try and take it. Gets away. Not too confident. Takes down Badman first. And now going to release his hound to find a little bit of an extra informational play. Flash comes in. Does not want to peek just yet, but they're making this costly, and I love it. Even a dink comes in from Godvexy as Soul make the side of Godparticles sweat in that round. Although the economy has been built up, utility was made to waste.
Yeah.
Give a little bit of an extra edge to them, but not too much, because if you look at the economy, everybody from Godparticles is looking as healthy as they can get in terms of, well, you know, money, and they are going to be able to buy in for at least another 2 rounds, even if they lose this.
And that's the thing for S8UL. They can't afford that luxury. They don't have enough credits, so they've got to put in the work right now. And even in terms of the ult economy, Godparticles are doing just slightly better than S8UL. They've got 4 ultimates on board. Sure, they may not have the Seekers, but they have a lot of ults that can aid them with either executing or playing a post-plan scenario. The only thing is they've got to initiate that. This is a far more rounded sort of attack they are approaching. They're not going to aim in at all. They're not pushing up hallways. They're looking for B, they're looking for highway, and that's the operator dropped. However, it does grant Godparticles that 1 kill, that 1 trade, and now they pile on the pressure even more as Shivy gets the kill onto Badman. So side control has been taken, the spike is rotating over. Vexy is going to be the initial person making contact now after all those duels have happened. Even he's been spotted, even he's been tagged. Scargod is pushing through, but it's going to be Logista securing the kill as Scargod, missing his spray, just the tiniest amount. He tags Strix a lot. That is the better thing. But still, S8UL, they have heaps worth amount of work left to do, and they'll be choosing to save their guns back again. And that's a sad thing that right now, Godparticles, that, the sad thing for S8UL, that even if they're looking to go and engage in these gunfights, Godparticles still have a better chance because look at Logista. Look at him pushing up slightly, and he gets the kill.
Yep, pretty much done and dusted. He is Strix as much as he would like. A single bullet from either one of these players is going to take his life. And he's just waiting for imminent death at this point. But he finds a kill, okay. Strix makes it work for 1, but not for the second. Ember swings out wide. All he needs was 1 bullet, and he delivers it straight to the head. It's going to be 2-4 as Godparticles stabilize yet again. These rounds are going a little unnecessarily close for the Godparticles, aren't they? Because they're getting such good control in the early stages of the round. They find these kills, and then immediately they're losing 2, maybe 3 players, which shouldn't be happening. And that's taking a hit in their economy. I know that they're winning rounds, but they cannot go every round losing 3 or 4 players when they're playing so well in the initial stages, right?
Scanning ahead.
Yeah, and the thing is, again, S8UL with their economy, sure, they're losing rounds, but they're getting that round loss bonus, the additional 900 credits per single round that you keep on getting. And thing is, now they're hitting the upper limit of that. So either they win right here and, they damage the economy of Godparticles even more, or they keep on trying using the win credit. In this round, I don't think it'll be likely that S8UL can manage a win because, again, gun disparity, it's a little too much. Shivy, he gets the opening frag, side control has been taken, and more members from Godparticles just, get on the kill train. This may as well be a team ace. Well, Ezzy, he does get 1 kill, but that's about it. A quick round done and dusted. There was no need to plant the spike. Everything was over, and Godparticles, in this case though, the thing is, they don't take a lot of losses. Only a single casualty that they had to face. Other than that, everyone stayed alive. They had the armor. They can rebuy it. They saved up their vandals, and they can rebuy their utility as well. So the thing is, right now, yet again, S8UL, they are the ones who have to put in the work, because Godparticles, they're looking very comfortable. They've got ultimates. They've got extremely good credit economy, but S8UL are still struggling with the credit side of their economy.
Yeah, that is true. Now, they move in towards mid. Strix has found an only kill onto Scargod towards Aimlab, and another one towards mid. Strix, with the operator, is going to cause damage, and that is a given fact. As he finds 2, looking for a 3rd. He's got 2 towards mid coming in, but he's been spotted out as well. Here come out the Seekers for insurance policy, as Godvexy gets 1 with the shock dart, and a great hold by Soul in this round on the defense. Jivy and Ember are stuck on the side here, and they've got all 5 players to fight off the entire world against them, and there's nothing they can do. Jivy with just the 1, reload comes in, and that's gonna make his death a lot more easier for the defenders. As 3-5, we go. A little bit of an effort being put in by S8UL Esports as they get another round, and It's still not over though. That operator coming in showed in a huge factor that Strix made sure that, created value. And now God Particles are going to be aware of it. And they're going to be cautious about how they approach these avenues towards A or mid.
Yeah, Godparticles have got a little, they've got to, let go of the accelerator a little bit. It's fine. They have 100 seconds in the action phase to make work. They don't need to use only the first 20 and get side control. They can be slow with things, they can opt for more mid control. And yes, mid control seems highly unlikely here. Look at the crossfire being maintained by the members of S8UL. But then again, that's where Viper's got to come into play. Viper necessarily doesn't need to be used for post-plant or like during execution toxic screens. They can still just be used for gaining map control or even, the snake bite of Viper, the smokes. There's so many things to start using. And the thing is that right now, Godparticles, they're just slowly getting map control. The one player who we've got to look out for is going to be Logista, pushing up here. And the thing is, Ezzy, he spots the barrel of the gun. He gets one kill. He's still pushing through. Logista, he's got to push in right now, but he's still being quiet about it. And that grants Ezzy 2 kills. Strix piles on the pressure, and the entire control of Godparticles in mid has been extremely extinguished by the members of Soul. And yeah, Godparticles, they get 1 kill, they get 2 as a sort of remuneration, but that's about it. That entire hole from Ezzy and Strix in mid was the sole reason why, S8UL Esports, they are looking so well in this round. Now they're doing the retake, and now that the spike will be diffused.
I don't know if it was your wordplay there, but it definitely was the sole reason. Why they
50-50, 50-50. Yeah. It
like
wasn't a
that.
coincidence.
I like it, but yeah, Soul, the last 2 rounds have been pretty clean from them. They've certainly overturned this side of Godparticles as soon as the operator has come into their, hands, especially in the way that Strix has now become a lot more confident. He's taking aggressive fights, and you saw even Easy, he pushed up towards mid, and he found 2 kills just on his own, no utility, just waited for them to peek out towards his angle one after the other, and he found them. Pretty great stuff from Soul. They need to continue it, but what they need to be careful about right now is the fact that Godparticles have 5 ultimates available, and they're definitely going to be using a couple of them, if not one of them, in this round.
That is extremely true though. Right now, okay, great kill. Yeah, unfortunate. One operator works, the other doesn't. Sometimes it's Knight Rider's operator that is the one, that's the gun of death. Sometimes it can be Strix with that same sniper. But right now, Godparticles is going for their standard execution. It's going to be stopped yet again by the same person. It's going to be Badman. And look at Soul using their ultimates. God Vexy, he gets another. So the support players doing in work right now, the Initiator and the Sentinel. Logista, in the meanwhile, 37 HP against Binks. This is a very important 1 versus 1. Is Logista checking it? Has he seen him? He peeks away, he spots the barrel of the gun, and he's going to get the kill. So Ember, Logista, it's not just the support players on the side of S8UL who are getting the kills. However, the same can be applied for Godparticles. But similarly, no matter the kill order, no matter who dies, who lives, it's the same result as the previous round. S8UL will be taking another win for themselves. They have equalized. They have won 3 rounds consecutively, and they have entirely equalized the score. So Godparticles, they may have 5 ultimates, but in terms of the credit economy, it's S8UL who is just, booming with money right now.
Yeah, that is true. Look at how the tables have turned. It was just a couple of rounds ago where we said that, the side of Godparticles are swimming in cash. And suddenly, the waves have gone on the other side. It is the side of Godparticles that have now been forced to play with a Bulldog of sorts and even a Vandal with half armor. This is probably going to be a difficult buy for them in the next round if they do not win this one. As Knight Rider has pulled out his blades and he dashes it to the side. Here come out the first ultimate of many. The Seekers are going to give something. Yes, it is going to give Scar got the first kill. The defense is holding up still as Logistics crawls up towards the Hall's position here, and he's still safe. Oh boy. Knight Rider's found Batman towards stairs. Binks has an idea. Somebody's around here, and he's going to get fought by Logista. It's going to be difficult as they're still concentrating on this one man towards Halls. Finally, he's going to go down. Strix gets another. And here's the Viper's Pit to fight with as well. It's going to get difficult for Soul if they don't hurry up. Shivy holding down a great angle here. But he's going to go down to AZ. He expects him. And there's Ember's kill. But it's come down to nothing. as the side of Godparticles, even with all the ultimates that they committed, they're still not able to capitalize, and they give away round number 6 to the side of Seoul. What a round.
Certainly was, and yet again, the question has
Last
to be asked,
round in the
Godparticles. What's happening on the A-bomb side? I mean, this was a great execution, you know, with the amount of ultimates that they were investing right here. I mean, it should have bound to given them a good return, but no, it was completely disoriented. And the kills were just flowing in favor of the defenders. And the question I want to ask is, what's going on with the B-bomb side? We have seen a couple of lurk plays right here that, you know, it's going to be like, yeah, we've seen a couple of lurk plays. We saw that 1v1 duel between, you know, Cypher and Viper. But other than that, B-bomb side has completely been overlooked. Or is that the plan of Godparticles? Did they not wanna focus on the B-bomb side, or are they just looking for a mid control and then opting to push from mid and A main? Well, no matter what they're looking to do, Ezzy is looking to deal some damage. Not just some damage, but a whole lot of damage, as the entire roster of S8UL has their plans to do exactly that. Look at Ezzy pushing up. He has no fear. He engages in another gunfight, but it's going to be Ember getting his second headshot of the round. And Godparticles, they do take side control, and S8UL are back down in the numbers. Godparticles have the man advantage right now, but with the angle Strix is holding, and with the pincer pressure that can be applied from Binks, he just has to land his shots, which he does. It's still looking viable for the one person alive.
Yeah, but Strix, he's got a not such a great weapon for retake. Now he picks up a better one. He gets detected by that recon, which he smoked off himself by going into his own smoke, as he has an idea about one player being on site, but Ember a little too quick on the trigger, finds his third and number 6 for his team after quite a while, as Godparticles equalize the scoreline, which honestly could have been in their favor. I think they could have finished this half 7-5 at the bare minimum, given the way they were playing in the first half. But the way that Seoul, you know, kind of stabilized their gameplay in the last couple of rounds was pretty great. They took the lead, made it 6-5, could have made it 7-5 themselves, but of course, it had to end on the even scoreline, as now Godparticles on the defense need to be a lot more cautious, because we've seen what the players of Seoul can do. And if they are given a little bit of an inch, they will make sure they push through to take a mile. So...
Alright, and right now, yeah, that's the thing. Godparticles, they were looking far, far better. I mean, statistically, again, on their attacking side, Godparticles are so much more better than compared on their defense. The defense is still boasting great numbers. You know, I think they have a 60% win rate here. But then again, if on their attack, with 70% win rate, they only managed a 6-6 equal split. Now that S8UL are the ones who are on attack, and they're looking a little more, you know, versatile with essentially, you know, how they want to attack us, you know, because they've got players already posted up towards high mid, you know, deep mid. They can push up towards highway as well. They can make that execute happen on B, the pincer execute that Godparticles like to do. But for them, it's the A-bomb side. Here, it's a different case altogether. And they're still looking to isolate these two defenders right here on the bomb side. Shivi is present alongside Ember. Not a lot of support happening from Godparticles right now. They're still checking all the angles, making sure that they have some sort of information. And this can be considered a fake. Yeah, S8UL are going back. The spike is rotating over all the way back to A. But Godparticles haven't changed their defense at all. Their setup is still the same. It's still a 2-1-2 split. So how exactly potent is this execute going to be? Well, only one way to find out.
Yep. One way to find out indeed. Knight Rider gets spotted out, but Strix has got Scargod, and he's gonna call even Knight Rider's number, as a side of S8UL have found a good entry towards the A side, and Strix is just going haywire right now. Gets a third for himself. Big gets the kill onto Ember, and that's left Shivy all alone with a classic and a dream. Gets a headshot on the Strix, but he's undeterred, still holding down that angle. They're not afraid. They know it's a 1v5, so they just want to push the issue. Or they're just holding down. Look at that. How scared would you be? Imagine 4 or 5 players holding down a single angle just to kill you.
That's usually how my ranked games go. You know, I'm usually the only person alive and I have to fight off against the enemy score. But then again, Shivi, I think, yeah, Godparticles must have had better communication than my ranked score does. Right now, still, the communication on the side of S8UL was better. They knew when to attack. The execution, they changed strategies. They changed the plan. It was a similar execute as what Godparticles did in there. I mean, that's exactly what they did. That's only what they did in the attacking half, we didn't see a single. I mean, we only saw it once or twice, the spike being planted on B. Other than that, yeah, it was all A. S8UL right now, we can see them putting a lot more pressure on the side of mid. And this can be seen as one of their, theories. This can be seen as one of the things that is very common. Even on the defense, we saw the duo of Strix and Ezzy just holding down mid with the operator, with the Vandal, the crossfire being maintained, and no one from Godparticles was able to infiltrate that or, make it any less vulnerable. So looking forward to it, right now still, S8UL are making their way through mid. They've got people posted up on the castle section. Knight Rider, he's got a classic, he spots one, just not enough to get the kill. Strix as well, he follows through. Ember taking the close quarter gunfight, but headshots are just piling on. Godparticles are down to 2 members, and yet again, we know S8UL are looking way too good on their pistols and their anti-ecos, and I feel like this may be a thing that we'll be seeing later on in the next map, or even the next 2 maps as they go on.
Well, S8UL, they've pulled out 2 pretty great rounds here. And with the second one being this one, because this is a great round. It was an eco for the side of Godparticles, but that does not discredit them from pulling out a good round, because they could have taken damage. Just going to give some damage. Just the 1 kill onto Easy. And now they know where he is. They're going to have to try and get him out of this hidey hole and get his kill. Now they spot him. 1 headshot, but no kill. That's going to be number 8 for the side of Seoul. And they now have to try and make sure that they make some sort of an effort, Godparticles, as to how they're going to hold on their defensive lines, because this is their buy round coming in, and this is exactly where they started winning on their attacking half. And it's better if they start doing it right now, because if they don't win this round and if S8UL somehow pull out the bonus, we're going to be in real deep waters.
Absolutely. For the side of Godparticles, there is very necessary, and it is also very necessary that they win it by majority numbers, because their economy isn't good. Obviously, after an eco full buy in round number 3, you have to use all of your credits, so the economy isn't doing all too well. But look at Strix right now. He gets one. The trades are flying in. S8UL yet again. They've got side control. The spike is planted. This is a great economic boost as well. They've planted the spike. Ultimate orb has been taken for Vexy. He gets that ultimate pip for himself. And now it's a retake with Godparticles being lesser in fewer in numbers than compared to S8UL. The thing is, yes, they still have better guns, and in long-range, mid-range gunfights, you really want those Vandals and Phantoms than compared to Spectres and SMGs. But Shivy's here, he gets one. He knows there's someone below him, doesn't he? Yeah, he gets that 1 kill. Logista is as well present. Badman, he's checking the angles, but he's tagged from every single angle. S8UL are down to 1 person. That was God Vexy, and Godparticles, they successfully manage off this retake. And like I said, they had to win it, and they had to win it by majority numbers. Apart from the 2 members already present on the bomb site that died, other than that, S8UL didn't manage to kill a single other player. Yes, they did manage to get the spike planted, which is a positive, but Godparticles, they aren't completely in a bad spot. They'll be satisfied to some extent with this round.
True. I think that is a good round, considering all things that, they got those first 2 entry kills. They put down the spike as well. And, they got the extra money that they needed. And that's exactly going to enable them for a good buy, even in this round. As the side of Godparticles now need to find their 8th. And that's going to be difficult, as the buy for both these teams is going to be setting the tone of the second half, at least for the first bit of the second half. As Logista, he's been spotted out to be the only player on this B side, and they're running straight into this. A lot of spamming bullets being coming in from the side of the defenders. As Strix, he crawls in pretty deep into the site, and the shotgun's looking to be a little bit of a damaging cost to deny those players from pushing it any further. But the plan will go down nonetheless, and here's a 5v5 retake.
Alright, yeah, Godparticles are ready. Knight Rider is going to be the person making initial contact. He dashes in, he spots, he shoots, he kills, but he also gets traded out almost immediately thanks to Ezzy on S8UL. And speaking of S8UL, well, they are looking for the retake, but then again, Godparticles are denying them that any sort of way. They were looking to get rid of the retake, but no, Godparticles are looking very strong here. One thing S8UL should realize by now is that if they're looking to plant the spike, it cannot be in majority numbers. A far better strategy should be for S8UL is, okay, let's take up a little more of our time early on before we execute onto the site. Let's use a bit more of our resources. If it means we have to get, you know, aggressive, we can be, but let's try and kill more members of Godparticles before we get, you know, before we plant the spike and play the post plant, because in the post plant, S8UL are just absolutely getting obliterated by Godparticles, and Godparticles are not dying at all. All of their members are staying alive, at least the ones who are going to the retake. Yet again, we can see a sort of semi-eco round. Upgraded pistols are in. Strix pushes up. Stargout gets the kill. Strix with the one. Strix with the second headshot. That is good. Side control. Oh my goodness, he gets the third. Side control has been taken. Shivi's here all by himself. Strix gets the fourth. All four headshots. Can he get the ace? He's ready. He is ready for the ace.
Please just give it to him. What a round it's been from Strix. One blade in a dream. Come on, Strix. That's how you need to end this round. Get this kill. Logista, I know you're a little bit worried about this. I know he's scared. And for good reason as well. Oh, Strix jumping. Does not connect the blade. And he will connect the classic though. What a round by Strix.
Not only was it an ace, it was a thrifty. I mean, yeah, credit.
With the knives of... wow, Blades of Death. What a round. Honestly, nobody had even a chance against him. And nobody from S8UL even needed to lift a finger to help him out. One after the other. Headshot, headshot, headshot. What a round, Strix. Honestly, this is their true potential. Individual brilliance that comes in from the players of S8UL. And it is a great display of that right there.
Absolutely, yes. Strix is all fired up right now. You know, hopefully he can play on it. He can play on it even more. Shivi's got the Hunter's Fury. He's looking to tag a few of the members. He gets one. He spots one person, tags him slightly. But that's it. The heal will come through. S8UL are still back on full HP. Now it's going to be Night Rider with the Blade Storm. And can he make as good of an impact as Strix? Well, he's going for the second, but no, it's going to be Strix. You know, he'll be the one saying that, okay, you got one kill. No. It's only me. It's only I who can get the ace with the Blade Storm. And S8UL still, they're looking good in numbers. They've dealt a lot of damage on the A bomb cell. Look at that. Only person alive is going to be, you know, Sova. Logista also dies on mid. Ember, sure, he gets one kill, but he was all by himself, isolated, and there wasn't anything he could have done. So Godparticles, not the best buy. They got 2 kills. It's good. Hopefully Shivi's Marshall can land those shots. Hopefully he can get one headshot in, or at least one kill in, because he's got full armor. He's got the shock darts. He's got the resources necessary to get a single frag, but it's going to be difficult. No, he gets one. That's good. He's checking the angle. He's checking the corner. With the classic, he checks it, but is it going to be enough? No, it's going to be Bings from behind, who secures the kill. And S8UL, they get double-digit scores on board.
Well, that is a little bit of a concern here. Godparticles, you need to be careful. They've got their full buy here, but slipping away rounds like these is going to cost them in the long run. And the run is almost coming to an end here on the map of Breeze. Their home map, their pick, and they're 2 rounds down right now. Double digits for the attackers. And they need to stabilize. This round is a do or die situation. They lose this, match point comes up almost like a customary situation. They need to win this one. Knight Rider needs to find the first kill. He has to find the first kill. He's gonna get spotted out, takes out the owl drone, and Binks is gonna clear him off that angle as he's got his ultimate. And here's the Viper spin to make things a lot more interesting for the side of S8UL, but a lot more tricky for the side of Godparticles. He crawls further in. Batman still lurking on B, as we are looking at a fake over here from S8UL, and what a fake there is being sold. But Ember, he's not giving up hope just yet. Takes a lot of bullets, takes a lot of damage, but he's gonna go down anyway. Easy takes him down, and Knight Rider takes down the one player, faking it all on the A side. As Shivi crawling in, finds the kill, and here's the retake. 3 versus 2, the advantage is on Godparticles.
And the neural theft as well. Again, a great bit of information being utilized by Godparticles to know about, to get the info as to the positions of S8UL, or at least the two final members. Tricks, though, even though his position is known, he is attempting with the crossfire. He's got his teammate. Vexy has got to survive. He has the shock dart. No, Shivi takes him down. It's all down to Strix. We've seen this man clutch up before. We've seen him take an ace before. 4 bullets, 30 HP. Shivi is pushing through, and Shivi gets the headshot. It's going to be the 3K from the Sova, and it's going to be the 9th round from Godparticles. They are not out of this fight. This may be their map, and this will be their map, they say to everyone.
Well, you know, to be honest, given that this is their map, they should not be in a position like this where they're gonna have to win rounds to keep themselves alive in the competition of maybe pulling out this map of theirs. And it's a good thing that Shivi did clutch it out, but they cannot go rounds giving away rounds like how they did in a couple of you know, minutes ago. This is another round that they have to win, because look at their economy, CCV. It's still down in the drains. Three of their players still on half armor, and it's just not a good situation. Whereas S8UL, they're still healthy. They can still go for another buy if possible. As now they move in towards the A side. Logista spots out one. Got a cage coming up. Binks is inside it, gets through it, gets taken down. And God Vexy finds one through his ultimate. GV to double. Logista to triple. And S8UL are falling down right here. 2 versus 4. Not a good situation. They don't need to push up now, Godparticles. All they need to do is wait. They've got the spike in their hands, and there's nothing more they need. They even spotted out one, and I think that's probably the end of this round here, CCV.
Trick shots.
I assume count S8UL out of it right now. Badman, he's got to get that frag. He's got to find someone. They've got to be on equal numbers, because otherwise it's looking... Oh, okay. Now Badman... No, it won't happen. So the operator... Good. You know, again, they may not have been other forms of, you know, a good amount of armor or better guns. We saw a few Spectres here and there, but that operator had to put in work, and it did. So, good return on investment right there. The operator can get back into the hands of Knight Rider. He can use it. Right now, Knight Rider having a bit of a quiet day. You know, his teammates performing a little more than him. Not what we like to see. Knight Rider, I bet he wants to just, you know, pop off. And hopefully that's the case with our next map of Bind. That's where he can really, really shine. But for now, he still has to put in the work. If he wants to shine, he can shine right now as well. It's 10-10. He can be the playmaker. He can be the instigator of a lot of these plays. And S8UL now, well, it's their economy that is really, really hurting. They've got sheriffs, they've got upgraded pistols. Godparticles, on the other hand, are looking really, really good. Godparticles have got to make sure they don't fall by the numbers, or a lot of their players stay alive till the end. Otherwise, it's going to be absolutely, you know, it's not going to be good. Let's just put it in that context for them in the next round. Badman though, he gets tagged, he gets healed, and S8UL, contrary to how you usually push in a round where you don't have the best of guns, you're just looking to execute, push up, and try and get kills. Right now, it's going to be a slow, methodical map control variation of it, as they're pushing up towards high mid. They're pushing up towards highway. Only Scargod on the B bomb side for now. No support for him. He's all by himself. Knight Rider gets the kill. Scargod gets visual confirmation that the attackers are right here. So the members of Godparticles, they've got to start putting in the reinforcements. And here we go. Yeah, there are members on the B bomb side. S8UL, they find themselves between a rock and a hard place. Where exactly are they looking to execute? A is going to be their bomb side. It was a fake. They can go for the post plan, but I don't think things are still looking good for them.
Spike down A.
Binks needs to be careful. Misses a shot. Both of them miss it. As Hinaz moves on to the side. Easy is still on B, by the way. And this fake sort of backfired on them.
10 seconds
As
left.
Binks was caught off guard with just the one avenue to look at, but he's being fired from 3 different places. And that's going to be the side of Godparticles to take back the lead in their favor. After quite a while, too. 11-10. And this is turning out to be a much more of an intense mess than we thought. Breeze is a point of contention, clearly, for the boys of S8UL as well. And they're performing much, much better than, honestly, I expected, because I thought they were going to struggle on Breeze a little bit at least. But they've held up and they've done a great job. And this is now, the situation of do or die is on their forehead. They need to win this if they want to keep themselves alive. And here's the Hunter's Fury to make them try and not survive from Shivi. Does not connect anything though, but Ember will
Oh.
Strix immediately
Spike
trades
down,
back.
B.
That's gonna be a little
Yeah.
bit of a problem.
As the thing, S8UL still, they were looking for the B execute. It's been shut down, stopped for a bit because of the toxic screen, because of the snake bite from Viper. Again, great controller usage. Another, reason number 1,010,000 why Viper is so strong on this map. Night Rider, unfortunately, misses that shot. And Binks, he secures the kill. Oh, this is amazing for S8UL, for Godparticles. They have a lot of work to do. Logista, he gets the trade, that's good. But Knight Rider, the operator is gone. The neural theft will be putting in the work. Godparticles are not afraid to use their ultimates right now. But, well, they already know where S8UL are. They know that S8UL are on the A-bomb side. And it's going to be S8UL's ultimates by themselves, the Seekers, and also the Hunter's Fury. This is great for the post-plan. The Hunter's Fury can absolutely obliterate any and all retake chances Godparticles have of trying and defusing the spike. Shivi is pushing up, and that's going to be Logista's second kill of the round. Shivi peaks, Badman with a double. Okay, it's all down to Ember. 38 HP, no armor. He's looking for the kills, but all by himself. It's getting worse by the seconds as they keep on ticking down. Ember chooses. He also gets a frag. 1 versus 1. We've seen Vexing the same angle before. Only thing is, in this case, he's the attacker. He's got to prevent the spike from being planted. He's holding the angle. Ember.
Over.
He gets the kill. And I think, yeah, the spike is going to blast and Godparticles. They lose out on the round. So, S8UL Esports, sorry. They get their 11th round and we're back on an equal footing, not just in terms of the round count, not just in terms of the ultimates, but also in terms of the economy and also in terms of the performance, because this has been an exciting, nail-biting affair and it's only going to get better.
Well, it is getting a lot better as we head into round number 23 here. It's looking like we are going to go to the last round of this map. Maybe overtime, who knows? Looking at the state of things, whoever wins this might as well win the entire goddamn thing. Because both the economies are blasted to ruins here. As we have Strix and S8UL jumping straight into the B side. They're going to get an entry. And that's going to double up. Skargod gets 2 though before he goes down. So it's a 3 versus 3. Thankfully to Skargod, but the plan will indefinitely go down thanks to Strix. And here is a retake that is going to depend on their life. Knight Rider still towards mid. Binks is holding down the backstab. I don't think he's heard him because that one trooper is protecting him from the backstab for himself. The elbow region being cleared out, so that's a lot of ground that the side of S8UL can play with. Binks is holding the cross for his team as well with the wall. And here we go.
The time is going to be an invaluable factor here for both of the teams. Shivi gets the kill. Badman all by himself on this bomb side. He needs to find kills, but no! Shivi gets the second. Binks, his line of sight has completely been impaired. He can't see anything. He gets one. The spike is being diffused, and the spike will be diffused. Not only that, but Binks also doesn't survive. That's another gun gone. S8UL, they're down in the depths of hell. Not a single ultimate to their name to help them. Not a single bit of, not a single rifle to help them as well. Godparticles have all the advantage in the world. And S8UL, if they pull this off, if they get overtime somehow, they might as well take it. Because right now, for all of the S8UL fans, as if things aren't looking, already desperate enough, but yeah, there doesn't seem to be a rational chance they can win this. But then again, we have seen crazier things happen in Valorant before.
Yeah, one of the craziest things that I've seen, a stinger on Breeze, which is on the hands of Pinks right now. I've never seen a stinger being used on Breeze, given that that weapon is a bit of a problem. And here's a similar round compared to the fake that we had seen, but this time it's not really a fake. They're going straight for the plant here. That's Batman. Oh boy, he could be a menace over here. What?
Oh my god!
What a time to wake up, Batman! He finds 2 out of nowhere, and Ember's gonna take it straight, but he's done damage. And in this 3 versus 4, I think the Cypher battle has been restored to its plenty of glory here. Logista inside the Viper Spin is gonna go down to the Stinger, and that's exactly what I did not see happening. What the hell have you done, S8UL? We're going to overtime.
Badman! What? No, we have to see the
no
replay.
way. There's no way he connected that,
Overtime.
man. Come on.
Every single thing about that. The flicks. Let's just watch it.
Look at, oh my word.
Oh my god.
I don't know if
Goodness me.
I just want to put this question out there. Was that luck or was that skill? Combination of both.
Whatever it was, you know what, it was bad, man. No matter what it was, it could have been luck, it could have been skill. Honestly, with flicks like these, I mean, I think every Valorant player knows this to some extent, regardless if you're Iron like me or Radiant like, well, all 10 of these players. Yeah, it could have been anything. You know, honestly, who cares? What we got out of that was an amazing clip that I'm sure will be posted all over social media, and every single player watching that will enjoy. Right now, I hope and I think that every single player and every single person watching this overtime is also going to enjoy it, because, well, yeah, yet again, S8UL, when things were looking at the darkest, is when Badman just shined the brightest. With that Sheriff, he got the double, then the execution, everything worked out perfectly, but things still have to work out. S8UL are back on their defense. Badman is pushing through. He got a double previously. He can't spot a player. He spots one in this case. No, he won't be getting a kill. Now, in this case, that's a freebie for Godparticles.
Indeed, and they're going to be getting that man advantage in their favor as they run in towards the A side. Strix needs to find one, and he will. He's going to stand strong, but not for too long. Knight Rider finds the kill onto him. Got Vexy, going to get blinded, but he has the only line of defense in his hands right now. As Logista towards mid takes down easy, and this is putting the nails in the coffins of S8UL, at least in the first part of this overtime. And Knight Rider with that last kill brings out a great round execution from Godparticles as they find number 13.
Match point.
And there comes out the operator yet again from Godparticles. They want to settle this. They want to finish this off 14-12. No more, you know, funny business. No more monkey business, as you would say. As a great round from the side of Godparticles gives them the confidence to move into the defense.
Yeah.
And now it's all for S8UL to show us what you can do. Another do-or-die situation. We've seen multiple of these situations come into this map. Another one for them to win. Let's see how it goes down.
Alright, so Knight Rider, yet again, the hold from Godparticles on mid, S8UL. They're trying to deny that, but they're not focusing on mid at the moment. They're focusing on halls, A main. It may just be a similar execute. Yeah, we can see Strix pushing up, the dive agent exactly doing his job inside the smoke right now. Reload speaks alongside the sky. He's looking to get the angles. The Gista's also present, but again, the members of Godparticles, they're not moving too much, because if they move, they're gonna die. And they die. 3 fall by the numbers, 2 remain, and we may see the second overtime happening in an instant. Ember just all by himself pushing through. Knight Rider unfortunately missing another shot of his operator. He's got to make sure that come second map, he doesn't miss any of those. Yeah, the operator has got to land 100%, because that's exactly what Knight Rider does always. Just not in this case, and not in this case yet again. Godparticles, just they get the advantage, you know, like in a game of tennis. You go into deuce, you get the advantage, but you just can't get it, and you go back to deuce. And that's exactly what happened previously with the score of 12-11. That's happened now as well with 13-12, and S8UL are back in this. And something makes me think that if S8UL get the first round, like if they make it 14-13, I don't think they'll be giving up the second round at all. I think they'll be taking it for themselves.
Well, let's find out, because I think that on the defense is where both these teams have given up their rounds. And if somebody wins it on defense, the attacking round is probably going to be a lot more, you know, comfortable for them in terms of confidence, at least. A little bit of a slow approach here from the side of Godparticles. They've sent Ember onto halls, and they're exploring both A and B. All 5 of their players spread completely across the map here. Something that is not as favorable, given that the 1v1 duels or the 2v1 duels that they're going to take give them a little bit of an advantage. But they're banking upon their players to find these avenues for themselves. As you can see, Ember's crawling in towards the Halls Arena. He's going to open the door here. Oh, problem. And Ember, he takes down 2. Badman with the trade here. Needs to find more, but Knight Rider's not going to allow him. That's going to be the round, I think, right there. 4 versus 2. CCW, I think this is another 14-13 on the side of the attackers.
I have to agree with you in this case. Yeah, S8UL, 2 members against 4, not gonna happen right now. Yeah, Bings also falls. Ezzy's there by himself here on mid. Not always a good angle, never a good angle to play. In this case, oh, he does get 1 kill with the Vandal, but then again, Look at the people he's up against. Look at the numbers. Look at the time. And not a lot he could have done. Shivi gets the kill. One initiator to another. One great team to another as Godparticles. They're still in this. But yet again, here comes round, the controversial round. Here comes the round everyone is looking forward to seeing. We saw it previously. Godparticles. Match point, S8UL win. Godparticles. Match point, S8UL win. Now, Godparticles. Match point. What's going to happen next? S8UL, they're still back up and running. They are ready for the execution. They're ready to attack. In this case, it feels more like they want to take B control, either B, castle, or mid control. They don't want to go for an A push. I mean, again, everyone has seen it's gotten too stale. And Godparticles have a reply to that. Knight Riders here on A main, holding this cheeky little extreme right angle with the operator. So having the spike on B is good. Oh, is it going to be a free bomb site? Okay, Knight Rider does get one kill, but it may be a free bomb site. No, there's still members on the side of Godparticles holding it off. Ember takes the gunfight, but Strix gets the kill. Both the jets popping off right now. Scar God near highway. He's got to survive. Ezzy has to survive as well. Both of the Skies can't die for their teams right now as the spike is going to be planted.
4 versus 4. The attackers have the advantage, and Strix is going to double that up. He finds another kill. As 4 versus 3 comes in, Shivi crawling in, waiting slowly to find an avenue. And he's got Batman on the other side. Logista finds that first kill, and they're looking for anything and everything, but time is running out. Knight Rider needs to capitalize upon this angle. Strix, he peeks out, finds the kill, and it's getting easier. There's another, and Godparticles look like they might just win it all, and they win it all. 13-15, and it is going to be decided Godparticles to win the map of Breeze after a long and turbulent journey on the map, the biggest map in Valorant. They win it out on their home map after so much efforts being put in. And my oh my, what a map Breeze has been.
Fair play to, S8UL right now. The fact that we haven't seen S8UL play Breeze for a long time. I mean, it's been like months since we've seen S8UL play this map. And the fact that they played it right here in their final best of 3 here at the Gauntlet, fighting for 4th position, and they got 13 rounds against Godparticles, who are pretty, experienced on this map and who do boast some good numbers. Still fair play. But at the end of the day, they had a nice try. The result still goes in favor of their opponents. Godparticles, they take the win right here. They make sure that they have the advantage and they get that one slight map point in the overall standings. I mean, that's going to be the topic of conversation throughout the entire day. If anyone watching right now, if you're thinking why these teams are going and giving their level best, well, not only do they want to put up the best finale for you in terms of their regular season, but they're fighting for so much more. They're fighting for the playoffs, that one spot that remains in Group B. Similar thing going on in Group A as well. But for now, we still have to focus on this match. For now, we still have to focus on this map because Breeze, 28 rounds, it was insane. Let's have a look at almost all 28 of those because something or the other just happened in every single round. We saw crazy flicks, we saw frags, kills, retakes. No matter what it was, there was just so much action happening that no one could take their eyes off of their screen.
Yeah, indeed. From the beginning till the end, this looks so close up. It was, first half ended 6-6. Couldn't be closer than that. You're sticking right on each other's backs, trying to find, it's a Mexican standoff where you're walking against each other. And then you find when you turn around that the opponent already has a jump on you. And then it keeps turning back and forth and back and forth. We went 10-10. It was 11-10, 11-11. It went so close until the end where we saw the overtime come in. And Godparticles, all they needed was to pull out a round on defense after winning on their attack. And they did. They did get it. And that was the end of a great matchup, I believe. Because there were rounds like these where we saw Godparticles. They took an early lead, by the way. They were 2-5 up. And I thought that, probably this is going to be a point where Godparticles maybe start pushing a little bit more onto the pedal, right? They're like, okay, you know what? Maybe so S8UL not able to handle the pressure as much. And we constantly keep giving it to them so that they are not able to find as much, ground to work with as possible. But S8UL, they hit back and they hit back hard, man. And they brought it back to 6-6. They took the lead even. And what a great match this has been for them. I think this is a great improvement on the map of Breeze, especially for the side of S8UL. And I think they shouldn't be disheartened just yet because they might have given away this map. And, you know, it is Breeze, so it's okay. I still feel it's okay because even if they win this 2-1, they still qualify. Godparticles are the team that need to win this 2-0 to make sure that they qualify for a sure given chance. Because if they don't win this 2-0, they're gonna be stuck on 7 points. Right now, they're currently on 6. The side of S8UL are on 7, right? And if they win this 2-0, they go 8 points up, and they're gonna be above S8UL on the table. But if S8UL pull out even a single map, then things are gonna be in a bit of a haywire for them.
I mean, you know, regardless of what happened in map number 1, pressure is still the same. The threshold of pressure on both S8UL Esports and Godparticles is the same heading into the map of Bind because, yeah, sure, Godparticles have taken map number 1, but they still have so much to play for. They still can't give up Bind. And Bind is where, okay, no matter what happened in the map of Breeze, you know, let's forget about that it went, oh, we have to watch this. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop my point. We have to watch this highlight. Bang, bang, boom. Absolutely lovely. But coming back to what I was saying, that, okay, whatever happened on Breeze, you went to double overtime. Godparticles still got the win, and that's all that matters. The round difference, that matters in very select, scenarios where if you're seeing which team won more rounds overall and stuff. What matters is they took the map win. But in Bind, it's a whole different story because, yeah, S8UL have the pressure on them. Because it's their map, they can't lose here. They've got to secure the win, and they have to perform on Ascent as well. Godparticles, they have to give it their 100 right now. They can't stop anytime soon. They've got to make sure that they give it everything, just like they did on Breeze. But the only thing is, the chances, the odds are going to be stacked far more against them because it's S8UL they're facing off on the map of Bind. And considering that your performances are going to be similar, from Godparticles, Shivy, absolutely insane, 261. You know, we talked about his average combat score roaming somewhere in the 100s early on. And, you know, he had like 155 kills, 154 deaths. He was performing good. But this is the performance we expect from everyone, from all of the teams in the Gauntlet.
Yeah, indeed. You know, it's been a great game. You can see it in their, you know, kills as well. Shivy leading the charge from the front, a great IGL, a great leader, and today he's put up a show for everybody to see. 26 kills for him, 23 for Ember, 23 for Logista. Everybody on the side of Godparticles has put in the effort, and so have the side of S8UL. Everybody did it, but Strix was a one-man show today that honestly took the cake for me. I think that he brought in that jet. If you can see it, Knight Rider not having the greatest of games, but in the end, this is a team game. And they won it on the basis of a team game, Godparticles. 15-13, they pull it out in the overtime, and we go to Bind with Godparticles having the upper end. As we're going to be waiting and gonna be seeing who exactly is it that we're gonna have, you know, taking their spot in the playoffs. We're gonna be back in just a bit, ladies and gentlemen. Do not go anywhere. This match is only getting a lot more intense. It's getting a lot more interesting, and we can't wait to get back to see what the hell is gonna be the end of this matchup. It's me, Universe, and CCV. We're gonna take a short break. We're gonna come back in just a bit. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna see who is gonna take us to map number 2. Is it gonna be S8UL or our Godparticles gonna 2-0 this?
Who knows?
From the legends of memory and storage, Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products, precision engineered for speed and stability. Crucial Ballistics.
Welcome back everyone to Season 3 of the Esports Gauntlet, brought to you by LG Ultragear alongside Crucial, with our apparel partner 656, alongside accessories partner Cosmic Byte, with our esports partner Aimlab in associationship with Red Bull. And well, we are back. The best of 3, the spicy, nail-biting affair between S8UL and Godparticles is back for map number 2. The break is done, the players are refreshed. Universe, how are you feeling right now after what we just witnessed on map 1 of Breeze?
I think I still need a little bit of a, take it back kind of a situation right now that I'm placed in, because that was quite an intense matchup between these two teams. And even though we've got this small little break between the two maps, I'm still, waiting, wanting for more, which I think is going to be given to us in the map of Bind. I'm not quite sure how it's going to go down. I would expect this to probably take us to map number 3, but I still think that, Godparticles have what it takes to take down the side of S8UL on the map of Bind as well. It's just about that little bit of conviction that, S8UL, they have on the map of Bind. It is their strongest map, that I believe so at least. They perform really well on Bind, especially on the defense. And I really hope that Godparticles have an answer to this, because the only way they win this one out is if they have a dominating first half. Because if they don't have half that spells out 8-4, or maybe 7-5 is a bare minimum, that I must say. 8-4 is good. 9-3 would be perfect. But let's move to the agent selection before we speculate about all of these first half, score lines, as we've got the players locked and loaded, and they're ready to fire off. And CCV, I want you to take us through it.
Well, agent selection on Bind. Bind is no stranger to, many sort of interesting variations. We have seen double duelist. In this case, Godparticles are opting for Astra Viper double controller, which again, another team that plays this composition. I mean, the team, in my opinion, which plays this comp to the maximum is going to be ENIGMA. But they're in Group A. They're still, again, a very prevalent team here in South Asia. But yeah, it's going to be Godparticles bringing out, Astra Viper double controller. And pretty interesting. The thing is that, with the fact that Godparticles are starting out on defense, they have to slow down the attack on the side of S8UL. This is an extremely defender-sided, setup. Some teams go to the extreme of bringing someone like a Sage into this mix as well, to even further slow down the attack that your opponents are going to bring up. And that's not going to be the case here, but then again, it's extremely defender-sided composition. You want your first half to go well. Godparticles cannot, with no reason whatsoever, they cannot, let first half go to a 6-6. Even a 7, like you mentioned, I have to agree with you completely on what you were saying about the first half end, score lines and the scores for both of the teams. 9-3 is looking like something that should be happening. Well, another thing that should be happening is the game. So let's jump into it. Let's jump into the pistol round, and let's start off with round number 1 already. Godparticles, they are ready. S8UL, well, they have brought out the double duelist composition and the double controller. So very interesting. No sentinel on their side. So S8UL are playing really attacking sided. Meanwhile, Godparticles are playing extremely defender sided. So this first half, well, it may cook up a recipe for disaster for one of the teams and a recipe for greatness for the other. Right now, Strix, he gets the opening kill. He spots the other player. Scargod, he tries to go for kills. Nitride is the only member of Godparticles who gets a frag for his team.
Oh, no,
otherwise, everyone on the defense side just crumbles down.
Logista on that backstab could have made a difference. He came in so early,
Spike planted.
but somehow did not capitalize upon it. Shivy with one great kill, but that's all it was going to be. Number 1 goes for the side of S8UL, as a great forceful pistol towards the A short wheels them success. And now, that early aggression from Logista was pretty great. He had one jump to just check if somebody was there towards the, hookah position, and then he pushed straight in. But I think he came a little too late. As fast as he did come. He walked all the way, but his teammates were pushing on the issue as well, and that kind of, went a little bit of a miscommunication, I believe, there, because they could have held down a little bit of a passive line. But that's okay. The round's done and dusted, and now we move into this eco round for the side of Godparticles, as both showers and A short being taken into control yet again. And they say, this shouldn't be a problem for them.
Neutralized.
They really should. And again, S8UL, they've got to make sure. Again, anti-eco, they just pick up the scrap, all the scrap that Godparticles had left behind. They're peeking in duels, that's good. They get one kill for themselves. But then again, I don't think the members on the side of the defense will be able to find any more. So right now, S8UL in a very comfortable spot, holding the angles, winning those gunfights, and just playing good all over. Logista, he's pushing through. Oh, he tags Batman severely. But I think Batman may still be able to live as Shivi's also ready. Oh, he's got a classic. Oh, he spots him. He gets the kill. Great shot right there. It's going to be Sova versus Sova. Shivi went for the no-scope. Won't be happening. S8UL, they lose 2 people, but it's not going to matter too much. You know, they're fine. Their bonus round is on. It's Godparticles who have the pressure right now. Already 9-3 is the score. Like, is an optimal score. It's not the best. The best obviously should be 12-0, but an optimal score should be either 9-3 or 8-4. And out of those, S8UL have already taken the 2 rounds. But we know this. We know that right now S8UL, they just love their pistol rounds and their pistols and anti-ecos. We saw them winning both of them on the map of Breeze as well. So not a lot of difference that happens here. And with all that being said and done, it's going to be the rifle round right now, round number 3, where Godparticles can give a good gunfight.
Early aggression gets Binks 1 kill, gets another as Strix runs in, and this bonus round is looking to work out for them perfectly. 2 versus 5 already. In a matter of 20 seconds into the first half of this round, as Knight Rider caught off guard with his knife out. That's gonna give the side of S8UL their 3rd, and this is great domination from them. But Godparticles, what we talked about is not working out. They needed a first dominant half. And it doesn't look like it's going to be coming in here, CCV.
Unfortunate misfortune for Godparticles. Do we already start talking about the second half from now? Do we already start talking about compositions? I don't think. Yeah, Godparticles are trying their best. Their composition is favoring this, but the thing is, again, they're against S8UL. And no matter how much they try, you can only find so little success when you're against a squad like this on the map of Byte, more specifically. So yeah, S8UL, okay, they're looking good. They forced Godparticles into this corner where they're afraid and timid, and they don't have credits to buy a lot of stuff. Just upgraded pistols, so it's going to be a thrifty round. A single plate of half armor on Ember, but not that it matters. The kills are just flowing in for the attacking side. Look at their credit economy. Ultimates won't matter too much. We're still early into the game. It's going to be the middle stage of the first half where those are going to come majorly into play. But so far so good. Ember, the only person with armor, he's going to be peeking. He spots Strix. Oh, that's a great headshot right there. He gets traded out instantly, but a good thing for that one sheriff that he bought.
Well, they are going to be a little bit pressured here. Batman gets another. Easy finds one more. And Logista with the 1 sheriff kill. Maybe a second. What a beautiful shot from him. They've caused damage. And it's all onto Knight Rider now. They have no idea where he's coming from. And that wall's going to give him a little bit more space to work with. Oh, they might just be in trouble here. Batman gonna get the plant down. They've spotted out Knight Rider. And needs to find the first kill here, but Easy's not gonna let that happen. Swings out wide, takes his kill, and that's gonna be number 4. And what a first half of a showing until now, at least, from the side of S8UL.
Yeah, that's the thing. S8UL already, I mean, just showing dominance. This is what happens. S8UL on the map of Byte. It was a great effort from Logista. Logista, again, so many members of Godparticles, you've seen them popping off individually. Shivi has been Mr. Consistent right now and Mr. Top Performer in this BO3. Even on map number 1, 26 kills, great performance. But still, him all by himself can't do enough. Like you mentioned, it's a team game, and you are only as strong as the person next to you. And in this case, everyone from Godparticles has got to rely on their teammates when it comes to getting those kills. Unfortunately, at times when you're up against S8UL, you just can't get those kills and you just end up losing those rounds. This may be another example of that. S8UL, pretty interesting strategy right here. The Viper Split goes through. They're looking to take A control from Showers. And there goes the ultimate, the showstopper as well. Doesn't get a kill. So a lot of ultimate investment has been used up. Logista's holding the angle as we move over to the B-bomb side. And on Hooker, he finds one isolated person, gets the kill. But the spike is here. It was going to be a fake. However, the thing is, Scargod's also present. He executes his stickers. Strix also falls in. Before you know it, what was this from S8UL? Half of their members were on A, using their ults. They used half of the members used their ults on B. Nothing worked, and everyone just ended up dying.
Wow, what a round it has been for Godparticles. A much needed round indeed over there. And to pull it off now, you know, that 8-4 scoreline, still possible, by the way. Because
Could happen.
Yeah, I mean, they just need to pull out 7 rounds in a row now, which I'm not quite sure is going to be that easy of a task, given that S8UL thrive on bind. They live and breathe in this deserted area. They've made it their home. As now Strix follows up with that owl drone to move into the A side. Knight Rider with the operator. Oh, he gets the kill. They don't spot him out. Somehow Strix does not get the early frag onto him. Just a little bit of a timing informational play over there that comes out on the better hand for Knight Rider. And he's gonna find a second. Binks a little too aggressive for his own good, but the plan will go down nonetheless. And here is a 5v3 that favors the defenders.
Yeah, the cosmic divide's there, but then again, look at the ultimates Godparticles still have for themselves to utilize. Not that, I mean, they should be using them. You know, S8UL, they're still getting aggressive. Godvexy, he gets 1 kill, but look at that. Godparticles, they reply with a 2-fold reply right there, and retaliation is prevalent from their side as he all by himself. The spike is being diffused, not that he can do anything about it. Spike will be diffused as he gets the kill, but even he dies through the wall. Knight Rider with a triple kill, and Godparticles, they may just be back in it. Another round where they survive by the majority of the numbers. Another round where they take the win, and another round where they improve on their overall condition. Not just in terms of economic condition, but also, you know, getting those rounds back bit by bit and making sure that the 0-4 doesn't extend anymore.
Yep. 2-4. That is a good amount of stabilization being showed by them. Side of S8UL, they lose this round, they're gonna have a little bit of an economy situation on their hands that they cannot handle. Pistols will have to be forced in. But for that, Godparticles force the issue, force it right now. That's the only way you get this one. And Shivi's looking to do that. Recon goes in, he knows that Easy's trapped in this corner, and he wants to just get that kill somehow. As the rest of S8UL are just spread across the map. And it's a slow approach in this round from them.
Yeah, right now, S8UL, they're just looking to get a bit of map control. Binks is the person on the forefront of that, using the pain shells towards, you know, towards Hookah, trying to get control. But then again, S8UL back off from that corner. They're ready to execute on A. They take control behind trucks. Strix will be planting the spike. Badman peaks, but then again, crosshair placement not on point. Strix has a lot of angles to check right now. And the thing is that Knight as well with the operator in close quarter combat. Oh, unfortunate again. He misses. Strix is still in this corner. He looks, he peeks, he kills. 1 jet who delivers for his team right now. Godparticles back up, down in the numbers. A team which was looking fine with the retake, but 3 isolated kills, but not a single retake. Just meant disaster. However, ScarGod, okay. I mean, again. Just the plays that are happening. Legister all by himself. We have seen him get a 2k with the Sheriff on this bomb site before. Hunter's Fury will be used off. Does he have enough time? No, he doesn't. As he also peaks. And yeah, that's that. So, good try. ScarGod, absolutely great. But still, unfortunately, not enough for Godparticles. Where they were looking good. They were on the up and up, but they were stopped.
Yep, well, and that's going to be the bleeding continuing on the side of Godparticles as they get another round away from them. Unfortunate, to be honest. I think that round could have been ScarGod's, but the one thing that he did not expect is somebody to come in from the A-short position on the right side. And in good time, he did release his Seekers out that helped Logista. But Logista tried to stick in. That Hunter's Fury from Godvexy, a little too powerful at times. As this Viper spit towards A-short is not going to let anybody push in from the side of S8UL. And Batman already committed that Poison Orb towards the A side. So I'm not quite sure what the plan is right now. But it looks like the A side is just a little bit of a fake being sold. As you can see, Binks along with Godvexy and the Spike are towards B.
Recovering it.
Yeah. Right, again, it's a fake. You know, we've seen this plenty of times from S8UL on the map of Breeze. They love to go
Oh
for
wait,
fakes.
look at the B long position. CCV, look at this B long.
They're
They've
holding
got
these
double-
angles. Exactly. Are they going to... No, okay, the attackers know about this. Knight Rider. Oh, again, the operator misses a shot. But not to worry, he's got Scargod with his 8. And Scargod, he can push up to attacker spawn. He can go to Link. He's just not going to right now. So, Godparticles, they make a lot of noise. They fall back. And S8UL still don't have an extremely well idea of where they want to execute. They're ready to go on the A bomb side. Ember's present right here, holding an extremely tight angle. A very common one, but
30
still an
seconds
extremely
left.
tight angle. Badman looking to check it. Ember gets the first kill. Badman. Oh, Badman also falls. Ember runs out of bullets. The S8UL, they do get 2 for their numbers, but then again, everyone's falling. Knight Rider doesn't miss this shot. He's on 5 HP. S8UL on 5 rounds, but it may be Godparticle who will be getting their third. Godvexy completely flashed. Couldn't do much. Strix in the same position. He gets a double headshot. Can he escape from the Hunter's Fury? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Also to the question, can he plant the spike? Now, can he clutch? That is the one question. 40 HP, no armor against 100 HP full armor Phantom. Only question is Shivy doesn't have a single bit of information where Strix is. Strix, he can peek this or he can play the time game. Shivy hasn't defused the spike yet. He hasn't even made the noise. Strix knows about
He has
this.
no idea.
Absolutely none
Shivy.
whatsoever. He has his back turned. Strix is not going to peek this. Shivy, he isn't even looking at heaven right now. He is still focused. And oh, that's kill number
man.
4 for Strix.
Strix, what a great play from him. Shivy, I don't know why he did not expect him to be towards the defender side spawn. That's the one thing that, you know, was the most obvious apart from the U-Haul, because he's constantly focusing on that U-Haul position, thinking that he got timing away, and that kind of put this confusion in his head, I think, and that slipped away the round. Unfortunate. Shivy, all he needed was to deliver one bullet to the body of Strix, but Strix got the better of him. He did not even fall for his fake defuse, for a fake tap of the defuse, and he found the kill. Oh, Knight Rider, a little too close for comfort, misses out most of his knives. That's gonna give the side of S8UL a fighting chance, and at times that's all they need. He's gonna get spammed down here. Of course he is. Strix finds him. The B side has been opened up, except for Shivy, who is yet to be found. Shock Dart goes straight in.
Oh,
The side of Cubby as well. That's gonna be damage given, but to what avail?
just okay, he can be the X Factor, the Frenzy. He does get one headshot. He knows about Shivy's position in that corner as well, and he's got to keep on pushing. Hopefully, he can switch to a better gun right now because the Frenzy is running out of bullets very rapidly, and he's got to make sure he reloads. Shivy also falls down. And S8UL right now, because just the guns they have, I don't think anything will be possible. Godparticles, they try their best. Ember gets one kill, but that'll be it. Again, because of the fact that it was, you know, going to be just the major gun disparity because of the 50 round. S8UL make sure that they are the ones at the end of first half who will be on, like, who will be at a better stage, you know, going into half number 2, who will be at an advantage when it comes to the round differential. At the very least, they confirm a 7-5, and if I'm being honest, I can see an 8-4 happening, not in favor of Godparticles like everyone hoped, but in favor of S8UL, and they're looking unbeatable on bind right now.
Yep, this is something we talked about. S8UL on bind are a force to be reckoned with. And Knight Rider is trying to make that force dwindle as he moves in with that operator towards the side of Showers, and he will find the frag onto Banks, and he will dash away. Easy kill. That's all they need right now. They need the man advantage. They need to find these easy kills. And Knight Rider needs to deliver a lot more, but nobody to look at towards Showers as Easy has rotated away from there. They've taken control of A Short and U-Haul. Now this is going to be interesting. How do they go and into the site from here? Because everybody from the side of Godparticles is thinking about this A side except for Shivy, who is on B still. And there's 4 versus 4 right here on this A side.
That's the thing. Exactly. That's still, you know, S8UL, they have to plant the spike and they're facing retaliation. However, They're just killing the members of Godparticles. That's about it. There goes the snake bite to prevent the spike from being planted, but Logista has to do far more using his bullets than just using his utility. And S8UL are just going to teleport out of there into the B-bomb side. They'll be facing off against Shivy, and Shivy peeks wide. But again, the spam fire was there. The pre-fire was there from Strix. He knew about the angle. He got the kill he intended. Logista still in the game. He can be spotted. He gets another frag. You know, Godparticles, they've done one good thing. They've managed to bring down the score to a 2 versus 2. The thing is still that in this position, I favor S8UL because they've got Strix alive well with a lot of HP. Knight Rider's also present, but he's got an operator and close quarter combat operator. It may not be the most viable. He's checking the angles and he gets it. He gets the quick scope all down to Strix. He spots both of them. He can't land the shots just yet. 2 bullets. He's got to reload. Is he sticking it?
He's sticking it.
Sticking it. And he does it. Oh my god. Knight Rider. 1 versus 1. Does someone survive? Okay, that was good. That was good.
Yep. A good round by Godparticles. They took it out till the end. And Knight Rider's heroics helped them win this one out. Unfortunately for Strix, he thought that as soon as he killed the first one, Knight Rider would not get on the defuse. He thought that he'd go in for the fight, but there comes the phrase, pros don't fake.
Yeah, very, very true. Pros don't. We have seen this happen 3 times. Pros haven't faked so far in this BO3 all by itself. And who knows, with how S8UL are playing right now, we may just go to Ascent. It's looking like a real possibility, but still, Godparticles have a bit of time to end this in a 2-0. They wouldn't like S8UL to get that one map and affect the overall standings even more than it already has. Right now, Cosmic Divide goes through. Great shock dot, tags the members, and okay, bad man, he still stays alive. The owl drone, the flash, everything is going off. The spike is still going to be planted regardless of the utility dump we just witnessed from the side of Godparticles. Knight Rider pushing from behind. Strix has got to cover this angle. He's watching it. He sees one. He sprays. And both the members, both the duelists on the side of S8UL get kills. Not to mention every single member on the team getting more. A flawless round win. And this was the penultimate round of the first half. Yeah, Godparticles, they're in a bit of trouble right now. 9-3. I'm not going to lie. It may just happen.
Well, let's see if it's going to be... it kind of looks like it is going to be 9-3 given the state of their weaponry and economy. Because the side of Godparticles have nothing to work with. Just a Judge and Marshall are the best 2 weapons that they've got. Everybody else is on pistols. This is pretty much done and dusted for them. Unless a miracle comes into play here. Logista needs to connect maybe 2 heads. If he wants, you know, to win this round for his team. But S8UL are careful. And Strix has already found Ember. Through the smoke. That's gonna give the side of S8UL advantages. Make that a double as they move straight into the A side. And that's pretty much it. Business done. First half 9-3. And a dominant S8UL to take Byte in the first half in a way that Godparticles, quite honestly, I'm sure did not expect. And now they're gonna have to believe in the curse to make this work.
I'm going to ask. Okay. Oh, okay. No, let's focus on this. Okay, never mind. No. I'm gonna ask Universe. I'm gonna ask you one question, point blank. Do you believe in the curse? There's a correct answer and there's a wrong answer.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna plead the
yes or no?
I'm gonna plead the
Yeah, yes or no? No.
No, I cannot answer that
yes!
because
No, I thought
okay,
you meant
yes,
no,
I
you don't
believe
believe.
Yes, I
That's
believe
the wrong answer. That's the wrong answer.
No,
Oh,
I think that the curse is real.
That's
I
it.
think that I've
That's
seen
it.
I've seen
Everyone
it
is
too many
ruined.
times. I think
Everyone here believes in the wrong thing. The caster's curse is true, yes, but the 9-3 curse is complete arbitrary. Just no. It's not real. Nothing. I've seen it once.
I think you've seen it once. I've seen it almost 80%
It's
of
not
the
enough.
times.
No, the one
see
time I
80%.
saw it. The one time I saw it, it was because of statistics. It was Louvre up against Paper Rex. They're the showdown as well. By the way, showdown tomorrow, grand finals. Very excited. We are going to see that very same rematch. But yeah, regardless, we're back at the Gauntlet. Right now, yeah, what I was saying was, I've seen it once, and even then it was based on statistics. I don't believe in this. What I do believe in is this pistol round is going to be intense because Godparticles, okay, they have side control, but the numbers advantage is still the same. Ezzy gets the refrag really quickly, and Knight Rider has infiltrated into the spawn of the defenders, but does it even matter because everyone in S8UL is just dead?
Wow. A great run. Knight Rider single-handedly tore down the defenses. Pushed in so deep in the enemy lines, and he found the kills. 3K for him. And now we've got the side of S8UL on the eco. Now this is where the curse begins. TCV, you're probably gonna get to see it a second time if things go right for the side of Godparticles. But yeah, I think that, you know, it's okay if, you know, even if the curse doesn't come in, because we're gonna see a third map, and that's a lot more intense action.
Standing
It
ahead.
won't. Rationally,
Let's find out.
okay, let's see for the sake of it. Sure. All right, let's see this execution right now because again, anti-eco from the side of Godparticles, they don't miss this. Knight Rider, he is not missing any of his shots from Breeze. This is a big difference as to what exactly has happened right now, and he's performing great. I don't think anyone from Godparticles will be complaining for that. You know, they'll be happy, and he gets his triple in this round, so he is on fire. Granted, yes, S8UL, they've got, you know, upgraded pistols, not a lot. They're ecoing right now, but still, at the moment, great job, Godparticles. It's going to be a near flawless round from their side. Knight Rider gets 4K, and that's the round done and dusted. So Godparticles, they finally win a pistol round right now after losing 3 of them consecutively, 2 on Breeze and 1 in the first half of Byte. They proved to S8UL that they can still push for the pistol rounds, they can still push for the anti-ecos. Now the thing is, it's the bonus of Godparticles, and S8UL, if they're performing like how they were in the first half, I think they will be reaching double digits right now only.
Well, let's find out. This buy round from the side of S8UL is gonna give them an advantage. They're gonna hope for number 10 as Knight Rider dashes in to make it not happen. He's got one player against him only, and that's easy. He goes back into the side, needs to be safe, and he will be safe. Good decision by him to keep himself in his own lines, and he finds that first kill. Looking for the second, we'll get it. Give it a trade back. Badman with the third, and there it is. S8UL are hitting back hard. But this time in a 1v3, absolutely not gonna happen. And Izzy's decision to get back and not take that fight with Knight Rider into U-Haul wields him 4 kills. And S8UL come out on top, and I think that the curse, well, I'm gonna be proven wrong, and I'm not gonna be sad about it. I'm gonna be real happy. S8UL win this one out, and the curse can go to hell.
I mean, again, it's not curse. It's nothing against Godparticles as well. I mean, they perform. We saw them playing on Breeze. They perform great. The only thing is, S8UL right now on Byte just doesn't seem like Godparticles can defeat them right now. I mean, as if the first half wasn't an example of that already with a 9-3 scoreline. S8UL are looking too good on this map, and for a very specific reason, they chose the map of Byte. Knight Rider yet again pushing up B long. The thing was, in the previous instance, he had a good gun, but his opponents didn't have anything. Now, his opponents also have rifles, so pushing up there all by himself, yeah, Knight Rider falls back. He knows playing hookah is a bit smarter, and he repositions himself there. But still, S8UL, yeah, their defense is looking good. They're not making any mistakes right now. They're not overpeaking. They're not even being aggressive. They're just holding these angles passively in the bomb side. So they want Godparticles to do all of the work. They're just hoping that as soon as the execute happens, regardless if it's A bomb side or if it's B bomb side, they have enough confidence to deal with it. Because they've got 2 controllers on A, and they've got all the other bits and bits of their defense on the B bomb side. So the spike is there on A. It's going to be a split. No, it's going to be a full-on A execute from Godparticles. As with 40 seconds, they're ready to execute, but they lose their first life early on.
Oh, this is an interesting approach here. No, Gargod! That is not how you move in. Keeping the bird out in your hands, knowing that that's an open angle, just not a good decision, my friend. And because of that, the side of Godparticles have lost so many of their players, leaving Emperor alone this time in a 1v4. He brings down 1, but he's got no time to take down the others. The plant's not gonna go down. He gets 1 headshot through the wall, but that's all he's gonna find. Binks has his life all for himself, as number 11 comes up for the side of S8UL, and we are running towards a dominant S8UL victory here on Bind, because this is another semi-buy slash eco of sorts for the side of Godparticles, which means that match point is just around the horizon here.
Yeah, right now, I mean, it's looking like a very likely and very rational possibility because, well, one look at the scoreboard. You don't even have to look at the economy, you have to look at the player performances. And S8UL, almost all of their players have been predominantly better in terms of their frags, headshots, and whatnot, and maintaining their KDA overall when compared to Godparticles on this map of Bind. Ascent, I know what's going to happen. I'm not going to talk about Ascent right now. On Bind, right now, Godparticles are ready for the execute, but yet again, it's being shunned down constantly. Binks is here, he spots, and he gets the kill. Godvex is also present, goes on the classic, and he survives. He lives. And that was a flawless win. I get Godparticles, they didn't have the best of guns. You know, they had sheriffs, they had specters, but how did he live? He switched to the classic, and he still lived. Regardless, S8UL very close to victory right now and equalizing this and going onto the map of Ascent, which looks like is what is going to happen.
Yep. Ascent not looking that far away at all now, as we are going to see map number 3 pretty much, you know, being played out if the side of S8UL win out this round. And they have been looking pretty good.
Take flight.
Godparticles, this is your last chance. You need to win this one. Every round now is a must-win condition. And look at Strix. He's going to go for that must-win condition here for his own team as he finds the first kill. And that's the nail in the coffin. The first nail in the coffin of Godparticles on the map of Bind. Knight Rider, he's going to eat that ultimate. Yes, he will. And Binks finishes it off with a grenade. And I think this just is it. This is it, CC.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see the beginning of Ascent with the end of Bind right here.
Well, it's all down to Skargod. He has the bomb set to himself, but he doesn't have the spike to himself. He's just out on a leisurely stroll, and he he picks up the headshot. He's going to use his Seekers. He's ready here in the teleporter. He goes through. Everyone knows about him. There goes the showstopper. Oh, the door's closed. Sad. Very, very sad. The door's closed off. He can't do anything. Skargod. Yeah, this is the end. He gets another headshot. A triple kill for him overall. However, S8UL, in a pretty dominant manner, they make sure that they are the team who take their own map. Just like what Godparticles did on map number 1 of Breeze, it's going to be S8UL, our winners of map number 2.
Now, this just infinitely became harder for Godparticles. They needed that 2-0 victory as a must-win condition. Now, they're going to have competition from S8UL, given that, you know, they won this map, right? So that's going to put them on 8 points. Now, Godparticles have to, and literally anything and everything under the sky, put their efforts into and win out this map of Ascent. Because if they don't, they're done. They're done, and it's going to be S8UL going up ahead because that's just how it's going to be. Let's have a look at the match highlights before we talk about the overarching storyline, though, because this series right here, this best of 3, is probably the most intense and the most, you know, I want to say story setting for the last spot of this group, because it couldn't get closer than this right now. Both these teams need the win. Godparticles needed a 2-0, and now they have to settle for this 2-1 and hopefully think that they won out more map rounds than, you know, the side of S8UL have in all of their maps that they've played so far in the Gauntlet, right? Because it's going to come down to the nitty-gritty of things here. And not to forget that even if Godparticles do win this one out, both S8UL and the side of Godparticles will be on 8 points each. And then it's
you've
up to
got
VALOR. Yeah,
That's
so
what
much.
separates this. Group A still has, you know, Weird Esports up against Salt Esports. They've got their fight. It's absolutely amazing. A single best of 3 remains. S8UL will be facing off against Velocity. Again, Group A has its own excitement. But Group B honestly tops the charts when it comes to the storyline and what exactly is being built for that final spot. What exactly is on the stakes, because you don't just have 2 teams head to head. You have a 3-way tie. And right now, this win for S8UL, not only has it made it more difficult for the side of Godparticles to take the win with round differentials and whatnot, but also for VALOR, now in their final BO3 that they play, they've got to give it their level best. They need that 2-0 victory and they need everything. So much at stake. And the interesting thing for all of us viewers is we don't know what's going to happen. And the teams, they have to just, marinate in this pressure for longer and longer. The next time we see Team Valor, yeah, that's going to be a match I hope no one misses. Every one of you watching right now, make sure you're subscribed to the TC channel so that you don't miss the next match of Group B whenever Team Valor play, because that decides so many things. You wouldn't even believe it. But right now, we're back on Byte. We're watching it go one by one, and S8UL, they were just building up more and more kills. They ended the half 9-3, very comfortable scoreline. Their lineup was pretty attacker-sided, but then again, even the composition Godparticles brought was favoring in their defense. And the thing is, if Godparticles lost this badly on their own defense with a comp like this, well, on attack, it was only a matter of time. They won the pistol, they won the anti-eco, as we'll be seeing pretty soon enough. Yeah, they won the pistol in a near-flawless manner. Anti-eco as well with a 4K from Strix. With a 4K from Knight Rider. But other than that, yeah, that was it. Nothing much happened. S8UL, they just went on winning and winning and winning. And Byte, it was an open and shut case.
Yep, it most certainly was. A straight up dominant victory here from the side of S8UL. 13-5. They win this one out. And that sets down a statement. And it is going to be, an interesting one for Godparticles to consider, that going into Ascent, I'm not quite sure how it's going to turn out, because this could be a 50-50, matchup that's going to be coming in here, CCV, because Ascent is literally like ground zero for any team, right? Because we never know.
Yeah.
Ascent is kind of the kind of map where everything is just, there's no advantage as such. Both the teams can perform well on defense. Both the teams can perform well on the offense. It's just about who's having the better day and who's just performing better at that moment, right? For now, it is S8UL, and if they continue this momentum onto Ascent, they're gonna have no problem, right? The only thing is whether or not they can continue this form, because they need that first half dominance as they had in Byte to come up in Ascent. But by the looks of things, I think it's gonna be another maybe 6-6 or a 7-5 half. That's it's gonna be as close as it gets again.
I think 7-5 to the team that's defending first, because looking at the statistics, very, very slightly, do either one of these teams, are better, like statistically in terms of their win rate on defense. I'm talking both Godparticles and S8UL. So irrespective of which team starts out on a defense, they should be at a slight advantage. I'm expecting a 7-5. I'm not going to lie. But Ascent, I can very well see this going down into the books. I can very well see this going down into overtime, and then from that point forward, because it's going to be an extremely close affair, as if this BO3 hasn't already been that. Sure, Byte, a little one-sided 13-5 when you compare it to the 15-13 that Breeze brought on all of us, but then again, no one really knows what's going to happen with Ascent. Even when you talk about things such as the compositions, so many factors have to be considered. Double initiator, double duelist, double controller, unlikely, but we have seen stranger things happen. For now, we'll be seeing, our lovely ads from our lovely sponsors, as well as everyone, especially the players right now. They need a little bit of break after playing 2 maps consecutively and, of competitive tier 1 Valorant. They've got to make sure that they are refreshed. They've got to make sure that they are ready for everything what's to come on Ascent. And everyone, all of you watching as well, make sure you are ready with everything, because I don't think any person would want to leave their screens. For now, let's all take a quick break, and we'll be right back with map number 3. Stay tuned and keep watching.
the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear presents TC Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Crucial, apparel partner 656, accessories partner Cosmic Byte, and esports partner Aimlab. We have got a thriller of a best of 3 in front of us, and 2 of those maps have concluded in a way that we did not expect it to go the way it did. 15-13 on the first one, really hard fought. Second map, a dominant showing by S8UL, and now the third, we go to ground zero, which is Ascent. CCW, this has been a bit of a journey for both of these teams, and both of these teams really need this win right now, more so for Godparticles than S8UL. What are you expecting from Ascent?
Look, Godparticles, the thing is, Ascent is by far their most played map, the second most being Haven. For the side of S8UL, they've played Bind and Haven more, but Ascent is still in the top 3. So both of these teams are well versed with this map, there's no denying that. Irrespective of how many times they've played it, what matters is, out of the map pool, out of the maps which these teams prefer, Ascent is up there. For Godparticles, obviously it's their top map. For S8UL as well, it's in their top 3. So I'm expecting nothing short of what we saw on the map of Breeze. 15-13. Who takes it? Well, that's an interesting proposition, and that's an interesting question right there, because honestly, I don't think anyone can expect. Ascent is going to be a Pandora's box, and it's going to be a Pandora's box, well, which we have to open. We can't not open it. You know, I think we saw these teams before in some of the tournament played the map, and I think S8UL won there. It was a while ago. But now, the stage is completely different. Now, it's absolutely do or die, now or never. And now, we'll be jumping into the agent selection screen. We'll be having a look at the compositions. These players and these two teams will be choosing for themselves. Is it going to be double duelist, or is it going to be double initiator that will be brought forward?
Well, we have Scargod on the Raze and Knight Rider here on the Jet. Probably going to be that double duelist setup here for the set of Godparticles. Whereas on the other side, we've got this God Vexy locking in that Sova. Badman with the Breach. Easy's probably going to be taking in that Astra. As we've got a single duelist against a double duelist. Pretty much looking like it's going to come in unless Binks wants to throw in some surprises. Badman picks up that Killjoy. And we have a complete overhaul of this lineup here, but kind of looks like this is probably going to be the matter here, and that's exactly where we're going to go in with. The explosivities on one end of Scargod could prove to be a little bit of a meticulous matter for the side of S8UL to handle, especially given that, you know, the one thing that is really great for a Killjoy counter is a grenade, the satchels.
Choose
but
your agent.
not to forget, the side of S8UL themselves have a great counter for the Killjoy on the other side, and that is the Breach. Every time Badman has his Aftershock available, that ultimate is going to be rendered useless.
Yeah, that is the thing. Right now, the lockdowns, they've got to be protected. There's so many instances where, you know, you've got the Hunter's Fury, you've got the Aftershock like mentioned on Breach. So multiple factors right now that they have to look out for. But similar compositions in there, a couple of changes in terms of the agents that have been selected. Again, extremely excited for Ascent. You know, like we saw on the map of Breeze, on Breeze it was agent for agent, same comp, no change whatsoever, and maybe that's why it went 15-13, because there was absolutely no difference in the agents they were playing, just in the playstyles of the teams and the performances of the players. Other than that, is Ascent going to be a carbon copy or replica of the first map of Breeze? I'm not completely sure. Well, there's only one way to find out what happens on Ascent, and that is to jump into Ascent. So why not let's do that? Why not we go into the pistol round and let's have a look as to what exactly is going to happen as it goes down. So we can see right now, you know, it's going to be Godparticles who are starting out on attack. and S8UL are on defense. And again, the good thing is that while you're on defense, that both of these teams are favorable more in their defense, unlike the map of Breeze. In this case, defense is statistically proven to be more viable for them. So S8UL starting, they've got to capitalize off of this, and they've got to make sure that the first half ends relatively with a 7-5, preferably an 8-4.
Well, let's find out if that's going to be the case. Early mid aggression from the side of Godparticles as they move in back towards A short, and there's Batman spotting at 1-2, waiting for the flash to go in. He eats a little bit of grenade damage, a lot more now as Scargun gets taken up by Easy, finds 2. That's a great opportunity, looking for a third, but it's gonna be not the case. Bix will help him though, as Ember and Logista double up to find 2 of their own. 2 versus 3, as the spike is looking to be picked up, and Ember, he needs to be careful. He's down really low.
One enemy remaining.
And he's gonna go down. That's probably gonna be the end of the round as well. Yep, God Vex, he finds Logista as SAUL find the pistol. They're gonna be taking the lead in the first half.
Alright, yeah. Good for the side of S8UL again. They have so far, they've only lost a single one of their pistol rounds out of the 5 that they have played in this BO3. Again, that speaks volumes. And now with the anti-eco, I think everyone knows how this goes. We have not seen an anti-eco upset at all in this BO3. The team that loses the pistol loses the second round, following it up as well. So right now, Godparticles, I think they're just going to be sticking together, hoping they find a few kills here or there, but otherwise it's just going to be a massacre, you know, freebie kills all over. They are pushing down mid, that is good. They're going to be engaging in close quarter gunfights as soon as they start going into either defender spawn. Okay, they are going into defender spawn. Badman looks out, he gets one onto pain shells, he's got a retreat, he gets one more while retreating. He's got the aid of his teammate right here. Strix is present, Badman also peeks. And what did I say about a slaughter? Yeah, that's exactly what happens here.
Well, that was going to be what the case was looking like. Another round for the side of SAUL, given that the side of Godparticles were on an eco. And now they have a full buy. So this is going to be a bit more of a difficult one for SAUL. If they win this bonus, well and good for them. That's going to translate into another bit of success that they're going to make it into 4-0 and a repetition of what we saw on Bind. But is that going to happen is the case, because we need to have a little bit of a consideration as to how exactly the defensive half in Ascent plays out, because we know that the side of Ascent, on the map of Ascent, the defensive side is really strong, given that the rotations are so safe. We know that the way that you play around with your, tactics in terms of stacking on one side, maybe 3 on one, 2 on the other, is also something that's unexpected to the attackers. You can play around with the way that you control mid. You can let it open at times and maybe play from the side. It's from the site itself, need be. You can let them have mid-region. There's so many ways to play out Ascent just because of the way this map is designed. It's so neutral, and that kind of translates to a little bit of a defensive side advantage. At least that's what I believe in. But I would love to know your opinion. Do you think that Ascent is, I think it's a 55-45, 55 being on defensive side. What do you think, CCV?
Yeah. If you're looking at statistics, I have to agree with you. Again, I'm not gonna lie. 55 to me seems a bit extreme, but I do agree that, yeah, defender, it's overall, in all tiers of competitive Valorant all over the world, defenders are slightly more favorable on this map. If 55-45, 54-46, 53.5, I'm just talking numbers right here. But the thing is, yeah, defenders are slightly more favored. However, then again, when you're comparing these two teams and the performances they've had, I don't think compositions, I don't think sides or statistics are going to matter that much. What's going to matter is the performance right here, right now, improvised, like on the spot, round by round performance. Not even overall. Okay, sure, overall, yes, matters. We saw, for example, Knight Rider in map number 1. He wasn't the best of performance, yet his team ended up winning. Map number 2, he stepped up, but then again, considering the macro side of things, S8UL were just far better on Bind in terms of defeating Godparticles. Now on Ascent, nobody really knows what's going to happen. So we can see everyone from Godparticles lining up yet again outside of B main. And there's no one from S8UL playing deep into the B bomb side. We've got Godvexy playing Market right here. And his recon bolt is going to be destroyed. He's waiting for one on his opposition side, but it's not going to happen. The Owl drone checks a lot of angles, and it will see that a lot of the side is clear. Godvexy, he goes for info of his own. He's got to retreat, and this is an empty bomb site that Godparticles will be walking into. They will be delighted with this post plant because there was no retaliation whatsoever. And S8UL now, with a minute and 15 on the clock, they've got to go for the retake with a man down.
Spike planted.
Indeed, this is going to be a lot more difficult than they expected because giving away the side and having Spectres on your hand for a retake is not really the best of situations. As Godvexy throws out his L drone to find a little bit of an avenue to work with. Nothing much, yo. No kills yet. Briggs dashes straight into the side, knows where two players are. Sprays down both of them. Logistic to trade back, but he's done enough, Strix. And that probably could be a situation to capitalize upon it. But no. Shivy gets a double, and Batman knows where both these players are, but time is of the essence here. He's to find the first and the second, but only thing that's gonna go down to is Shivy finding his third. Number one comes out for the side of Godparticles, as you would expect, but it was made to be a little costly.
Yeah. Alright, so still good. A win's a win for Godparticles. Yes, the economy, I'm not gonna say in shambles, but a vulnerable position that can be exploited by S8UL if they play their cards right. For S8UL, well, they've got that one ult. And that one ult is on that one player that is on everyone's mind so far. It's going to be Strix with his Bladestorm. We saw him getting a 4K followed up with an ace before on Breeze. We didn't really see a lot of it on Bind, but then again, everyone from S8UL was getting kills there. So yeah, 4K is not really a big chance for that. Now he can step up when his team needs him the most. Is he going to use the Bladestorm in this case? I don't think so. I think he'll be saving up for it for the next round. As Godparticles right now, they don't have the best of buys. We can see the Spectre on the side of Scargod. He's pushing up towards Gardens. And Godvexy is also clearing out the angle. So, okay, the attackers are there near defender spawn. They're engaging in gunfights. And Logista gets the opening kill. Strix's location is on, and look at Scargod. Played a brilliant angle. Infiltrated ahead. And though Binks is here back again, S8UL are down to 2 members compared to the 3 that Godparticles have.
Well, the side is under control and the plan is going to go down, so that's a good thing for the side of Godparticles, except for the man advantage that they have.
Spike planted.
Godvexy with that Odin looking to spray down somebody through the walls, through that heaven above. Binks needs to find the first kill. He really needs to find the first kill here. As Godvexy, he's trying everything he can, but he's got no avenue to work with, and Binks has crawled into the side. This is his only chance, but both of them go down in less than a second of a difference between each of those kills, and that's going to be Godparticles with number 2, and the side of S8UL now on an eco.
So, Godparticles are hurting S8UL right now, and well, they're not going to stop that. Definitely not in this round, because yeah, like you mentioned, it's going to be the eco. S8UL not looking the best, and that's the question to be asked, that is S8UL's approach of not being too aggressive early on, not taking those gunfights, playing and just defending the bomb site, is it good? We've seen it backfire twice, where S8UL members are either in the bomb site or near it, but they're not peeking aggressively. They're not gaining the information using, like face checking stuff. Only times we can see information is if Vexy uses his Owl drone or his recon bolt or something along the lines of that. They aren't face checking a lot of things. Strix in this case, he face checks that angle. He gets the kill. It's going to be a trade happening in favor of Godparticles, but that's a rifle drop that may be picked up by a defender lurking around the corners. And the thing is that Godparticles still have to conjure up an attack. The good thing for said attack is going to be, if they're planning on the B bomb set, well, there's only one defender there right now, all by himself. And I don't think a defender with upgraded pistols will be able to fend off 3 rifles facing their ways. But those rifles will be facing the way of the A bomb set.
Well, Strix, he needs to look for more, but he's got nobody to look at. They are huddling up towards this B side here, but it's the wrong call from the side of S8UL. Godparticles have moved into A, and they're gonna find Batman pretty easily. And the plan as well. 3 versus 4. Just a couple of pistols and a guy with blades to work with. What can you do here?
Yeah. Right now, it's extremely difficult to do something. That's another kill. And S8UL, yeah, only thing they can rely on is Strix right now. He's got to perform. He gets another headshot. Okay, he has been eliminated by Ember. So that leaves Vexy all by himself. He gets the headshot. Great stuff from S8UL, I'm not going to lie. Can he get another kill? Winning the round will be difficult. But no, he doesn't get a kill. Still 3 kills. You know what? Fair enough. Strix, good from him. And obviously, we had the final headshot from the Sheriff as well. So, good stuff from S8UL, but they've got to start winning right now. 3 rounds Godparticles have taken for themselves, and S8UL are in the disadvantageous position. So, in order to stop this bleeding, well, they have to stop the winning streak that Godparticles have built over the course of the past 3 rounds consecutively, winning round after round. And the economy is another example of that. Godparticles are balling in credits right now majorly. They've got ultimates ready on the go. The 2 agents who don't have their ults are only a single ultimate pip away from unlocking them. So S8 will have a lot of work to do right now. But we have seen them do the same thing on Breeze before, where they were down a lot of rounds, but they made a comeback. They started getting on the winning ways, and they got the round down to a 6-6. Right now, Knight Rider, he engages in a gunfight. He gets the kill. So does his teammate Scargod. And S8 well, they're back on the retake with nothing to show for in the bomb side. They've got an operator, but I think they'll be choosing to save their guns.
This retake is going to be a lot more difficult than they expected. They do have the Rolling Thunder on Batman in case they choose to go for it, and he's going to take out one. That gives him opportunity. Just thinking about it, and look at this backstab. The Logista, a little too good. He finds all 3, and the perfect lurking Killjoy comes in for the side of Godparticles, 4-2. And they take the lead in a convincing manner, and looks like the 5th round is just around the corner.
Could be that. Yeah, again, exactly what Godparticles were doing early on. That, you know, again on Breeze and S8UL. The question is, can they stop their opposition right now? Can they stop Godparticles from just continuing this win streak? Because, yeah, we saw, I mean, it was something completely similar to this. You know, it was the S8UL Thrifty, but back then it was, you know, Strix's 4K with the Bladestorm and his ace that ended up helping them win the Thrifty round. Right now, he doesn't have that luxury yet. It's just 5 Sheriffs, half armor against rifles and ultimates. And Godparticles, well, with all of the executions, they're just being too sleeky with it, and they're just being too easy. Again, if you look at the B-bomb side, isolated Killjoy, no one to support her except for God Vexy playing the Sova, who will. But Godparticles are also taking it slowly. They're looking for kills whenever they want to. They're getting the kills, well then, yet again, because they've got random Strix. What is he doing? What was that? That was completely unasked for. Vexy does get the 1 kill, but I think with him being the only person alive, I don't think he'll be able to do much.
I think Strix just wanted to go and find the kill on the Sova, who had the drone up, but what he didn't realize that he has support, and God Vexy causing damage, but not too much. Godparticles are going in for the 5th.
Area.
Now that they have it, they have confidence built upon it as well. And it's getting a little bit dicey for the side of S8UL. Not gonna lie, they are looking a little shaky after the first 2 rounds that they put up. And they need to get this 3rd one on the board right now. Because if they don't, you know, get this 3rd round right now, this is going to be number 6 and consecutively number 7 as well. And then it's going to be exactly Bind scoreline. But this time it's going to be Godparticles giving it to the hands of S8UL. And that's something I'm pretty sure they don't want.
Deploying drone.
Absolutely wouldn't like that. Right now, S8UL, they're so close, but the chances of qualifying can be ruined or can be, you know, thrown up for a coin toss later on. S8UL would like to confirm this. They would like to get this map. But then again, Godparticles are looking really good right now. Let's see. Oh, Scargod pushes and he gets 1 kill. He had 6 HP. He didn't deserve to get the 1 kill, but he still did. Here's the lockdown coming in from S8UL to try and force off the attackers away from boathouse. Oh, sorry, away from the shed, but they can still go to the boathouse. Not to mention the counter Killjoy lockdown that was present, which has now been destroyed. But 1 player has been detained. The Rolling Thunder goes. S8UL are giving it their level best. They get 1 kill to show for him. There's the second. Godparticles are down to 2. Knight Rider, he's got to put in the work. Badman, oh, Knight Rider's all alone. He spots one. Oh, he just can't see the player. Pros don't fake. He's going for it. Knight Rider can't do anything. Strix confirms the kill. And S8UL, they stopped this before it got too late, but they still have a lot more work to do. 3-5 is the score after round 8.
Oh boy. That could have gotten a lot more worse for the wear, but thanks to that Rolling Thunder and the combination of the Killjoy ultimate, it worked out. But did you see how, the amount of force that they had to put in? Because they had to commit 2 ultimates to get that round. And that's the kind of pressure that the Godparticle players are putting on them. They're forcing them to use their utility a lot more than they would like to. They're forcing them to make use of the ultimates a lot more. That's giving out a little bit of a turbulent situation for them to be in, as now they move in towards mid again. Skargod, he has the jump on Binks. He knows exactly where to fire. And Nitro has got the second. How quickly are they finding these kills? Strix will find one. Takes a bit of damage while going back, but that's okay. 4 versus 3. Godparticles still in the driver's seat.
They are. Godparticles are not giving away this as easily. And the spike is back on the B bomb side because Logista has control of it. S8UL, no one's on B from them. Strix, yes, he's got the operator, he's holding down the angle, but the side control has been taken. What exactly is happening? It's going to be a post round pretty soon. Badman has got to move away from this angle. He may spot...
Spike planted.
Does he spot the Astro? Does he spot him? No, he doesn't. It's going to be Ember who gets the headshot. Even better for Godparticles right now. This may be a quick trade. Yes, it's going to be as he gets the kill. But another trade done. Another man down for S8UL. 2 more remain. Spike has been planted. Godparticles, their post-round positions are looking good. Look at Knight Rider. Etched away in this corner. Does Ezzy check it? Yes, he pre-fires. Yes, he lands the kill. Alright, 2 versus 2. Strix has got the AWP. He's got to hold the angles.
Last player standing.
And, oh, no, it's going to be Shivy back from the boathouse. Ezzy all by himself. He gets one. Got a triple overall, but no, Godparticles. At the very least, they secure 6-6 scoreline.
Your weapon is only a tool. You can't just shoot. You have to think.
Oh boy. What a round that was from the side of Godparticles. A much needed one for them to immediately hit back onto the side of S8UL. And now you can see it there again in an eco. This is not good. They just won that round, and that should give them economy, but because they lost out, that many players, now they're back on an eco yet again. And this is probably going to be number 7 for the side of Godparticles if given all things go right. Or if Strix can pull out another ace on his back. Nope, Skargod shuts him out in the wind. As Skargod himself in the wind is going to go for a second. He's feeling it right now. Going for the third. He's going to get it.
Last player
And there it is. Godparticles with a clean round coming in. As Batman the only one left with just a bit of utility and a classic. And maybe a free kill on the Knight Rider. No, not going to happen.
Unfortunate. But we move. S8UL though,
We gotta play
in order to move up the standings and stay where they are at position number 4, map winning Ascent looking unlikely. Godparticles, they're running away with this, and I'm not gonna lie, an 8-4 looks absolutely amazing from Godparticles. I don't think they'll be complaining it at all, considering that the next half will be their own defense. So S8UL, what exactly do they have to show for it? Is it going to be their own attack where they start piling on the pressure? Is that the case? Is that the theory that they're planning? Or is there something incoherent that S8UL just aren't able to figure out and they're losing rounds in a bulk manner, which they shouldn't be? So yet again, spike here towards A main right now, near A lobby, and it's going over to mid, and it's going to be garden control. Skargod, he peeks by himself. There's the trade. Badman as well, he's gone, and Ember gets the second. Okay, that was 3 members within like 3 seconds that Godparticles just killed. Yes, they lost 2 of their own, but they have side control, they have man advantage, and they can opt for the post plant now.
And there's the Cosmic Divide. They do spot out Binks coming out of the wall, but he's gonna be pushed straight back. Shock starts lining up from Godvexy, not gonna touch anybody, as the plan will go down. On the side of Godparticles have an advantage of men as well as positioning. Binks, he throws down his turret, expecting it to find somebody, takes down the opposition's turret, takes down the alarm bot. Utility being taken care of here. but they need to take care of players as well. God Vexy needs to pop out of that smoke, needs to find the first kill, but it's gonna be Logista to find it, and God Vexy hits back. The one he gets, clears out Generator, and expects somebody to be under heaven, and obviously there's somebody under heaven. It's actually both of them. He needs to find the first, gets it. Expecting a second, God Vexy 1v1, the Sova battle here, and time is of the essence, and Shivy makes it work.
Isolating the
Last
gunfight
round in
again.
the half.
Vexy did an excellent job at that. Not just Vexy, but yeah, Godparticles weren't the best at it either. They just gave those 1v1 duels which they shouldn't have. But towards the end, everyone has faith in Shivy. After how he performed on Breeze, everyone has faith in Shivy, and he delivered on that. Classic versus Phantom. The Phantom wins. Godparticles get their 8th round on board, and S8UL. The thing is that right now, final round of the first half, they only have 3 rounds on board. Not looking good at all. They have to win this round. There's nothing, I mean, there's no other choice. They can't go for a 9-3. That's too extreme of a score. 6 rounds you have to win on your attack against a squad like Godparticles, who are performing, who are in their stride right now. That's a lot to ask from any sort of team. And S8UL, well, they have to deliver on those expectations for all of their fans. This is a good start. God Vexy, he just finds the kill onto Ember, who was pushing on mid near those doors. Scargod uses his own ult to reply back. He doesn't get anyone, however, his Vandal surely will. God Vexy again gets the trade. He is performing for his team right now. Logista engages in the gunfight, 88 HP. He is pushing blindly, all by himself. He'll be the one pushing Ezzy right now, as S8UL are ready to counter this execution. Badman being in market, the spike has been dropped. The push is happening on the bomb side, but the spike is still in the hands of the defenders. And Godparticles are down to 2 members, all by himself. Shivi's got a kill. Shivi has to get this gunfight. He has to kill him. No, it's going to be Ezzy. And Knight Rider just completely isolated, misses the right click, misses the AWP, and misses the mark. Still, Godparticles will be happy with themselves. S8UL, they've got work to do.
8-4. Pretty good scoreline to be on the upper end of. But on the lower end, you're going to have to do some work in the second half. You need the pistol. And that's only the start, because there's a lot more effort to be put in into this last map here. The last map of your group stages potentially could be any of these teams. S8UL could not qualify. Godparticles could not qualify. It all depends on this map right here.
Yep. That's the thing. This may be the final time we'll be seeing, I mean, at least it'll be the final time we'll be seeing one of these teams here at C3 of the Gauntlet. It can be S8UL, can be Godparticles. But yeah, for one of these teams, after this, good thing is they won't be relegated. So we will see them in come Season 4. They won't have to fight through qualifiers. But still, it's a big ask. The thing is that, yeah, you know, they won't be in the playoffs. The playoffs is where all the money is at. The playoffs is where the pride is at. You get to compete against Group A as well, not just Group B. Right now, well, S8UL and Godparticles, they should be focusing on competing against each other. As we see the pistol round rolling around, 2 kills have happened, make that 3. Everyone from S8UL is ready to execute on the bomb site, and they're ready to go for the post plant. Because, yeah, 2 members are live on Godparticles. Shivi just pushing blindly. Gets one. Logista as well follows through. Logista by himself. He can do this. I think he has made sound. He gets the kill. And oh, good! There's someone behind the garden door. But God Vexy couldn't push through in the nick of time. Still, there's plenty of time. He has to win this duel. The turret as well, shooting at it. Logista peeks and he gets it. My God, the 1v2 clutch. 5 HP. And he does it.
What a round. I did not understand this though. I know that I get the
garden
point of
door,
God
yeah.
Vexy. Yeah, no, I get the point of God Vexy being on, you know, the short region. It's customary. Every team does that, you know, when they take the A side, they shut down the door, they let one person be there. But when you're in a 2v1, that door essentially just cuts you off from your teammate, and that's a 1v1 that you cannot give away. And that just isolated without any given reason. That's just, you know, almost like an unforced error that came in. And because of that,
yeah,
S8UL have lost their one chance of getting back an early comeback. And now it's going to give Godparticles maybe their 10th round.
It's only, well, again, it's an anti-eco from the side of Godparticles. I think I even spotted a Bulldog, maybe on Night Rider, someone else could have been. But yeah, there goes the fault line. Ember as well, capitalizing on the situation. 3 kills, Strix gets 1. Ember still playing in the wine corner. He gets 2 for himself. 4K, can he get the ace? He's pushing for it, but I think Badman.
Go on.
Oh,
they
nice,
stole
nice,
it.
with the Bulldog.
Of course they stole it.
Regardless, no matter what happens, yeah, I think the members of Godparticles will be concerned more about stealing this
Winning
map
the
away
round.
from S8UL. Yeah, exactly, then stealing
Yeah.
away the ace. I don't think Ember minds that. I think everyone in Godparticles smiles on their faces right now. Wish we could see them, but still extremely serious. They know it's not done and dusted yet. It is the bonus round. They're going to save up their guns. They're going to just buy full armor and try to instigate a fight against S8UL. I'm not completely sure what Godparticles are going for right here by a few of the members using almost all of their credits. But, well, only one way to find out what happens in round 15.
Low approach from the side of S8UL in this round. Mid is being contested heavy though.
Placing swarm
Binks being a little aggressive. Wants to play out for his utility here. As
Yeah.
the A side is being held down and they are looking to go towards A. That Boombot from Scargod is going to give away a little bit of information for their team. As you can see, that double up towards A short is going to help them. Knight Rider, he is inching towards the A side as he wants to, but that fault line is brilliant. And that's going to allow 2 kills to come in. Strix finds 2, Binks with another. And Knight Rider across the smoke needs to be careful. He's got his counterpart on the other side. And he's walking to the side here. Dashes away Knight Rider. Nothing he can do with that Bulldog. In this 2v4. Looks like it is going to be an S8UL round.
Yeah,
Scanning ahead.
right now. Oh, okay, Strix. Maybe he's looking out for him. He's completely focused on Strix right now, but again, he can't land a shot. So I think Godparticles will be looking, I mean, Shivi should be looking to save this Phantom. He's got full armor as well. He should not risk it. They already know this round is done and dusted. I think he's just looking for an exit frag at the moment. And that's exactly what he may be able to find. Strix, now he chooses not to peek that. And then you've got, you know, Knight Rider holding off A lobby. So good place, good angles for exit frags. Yeah, looking at Knight Rider. As he's there. Does he spot? Yes, he peeks, he spots. But he's got to fall back. 2 Phantoms on hand. Too expensive for Godparticles to try and go for kills. It was a good idea to go for exit frags, but they know that their lives and their guns are far more valuable than that. So right now, nothing too much lost. You know, S8UL, they only have the 5th round. That was obviously the bonus. Godparticles, now the fact that they already have 2 Phantoms, they can afford a full proper buy with all of their armor, almost all of their utility, and they can, you know, retaliate against whatever S8UL are throwing at them. Because one thing we can see is, again, contrary to how statistics go, attacks are looking better for these 2 teams. As soon as they get side control, as soon as the spike goes down, is when the defense starts to, you know, get a bit worried. We have seen a couple of retakes here and there, but then again, you don't want to be in that place firstly.
Godparticles have held down the defensive lines pretty hard in the first 2 rounds itself, and even though they give off the bonus, right now I said you all need to be careful because they know that they're on a full buy, and that's exactly why they are playing this still slow. They're holding down every single angle, A, B, and mid, all 3 sides of this map being held by the attackers for any sort of pushes from the defense. But Godparticles are smart. They know they don't need to give this away. And that's exactly why they've even shut down the door onto A. Look at that 3-man stack on the side. They do not want to give this away. They're okay with Garden being given away. But the site is going to be heavily taken care of by these 3 players.
Yeah. And right now, that's the thing. Again, side control is still with Godparticles. They're not giving away. The crossfire is being maintained. Utility is being tossed, like you mentioned.
30 seconds left.
And they're not letting S8UL push up. But S8UL want to go there. They want to go into the Lion's Den. And I don't think it'll end nicely. Oh, wait. It may just. That's 2 kills. Oh, Ember. He gets the kill onto A main. He goes into the generator corner. Shibi is also present. No idea for the members of S8UL what exactly is happening, where it's happening. They're down to 2. Ember speaking from A main. He can look for the kills. 2 members coming up from heaven. A complete crossfire has been established. And what exactly are S8UL going to try? They have to go for the kills, but that's another person that's gone. Badman, his location is known. Just the retake. Great stuff from Godparticles. Unfortunate for S8UL. Round 11 is up for grabs, and well, they have grabbed it.
Yeah, I mean, that was just really, really unfortunate for the side of S8UL. They took the A side. They had their, you know, it almost became so obvious that they were taking A short, right? Because you could see that all 3 players who were on the side of A were huddled up, except for Ember towards A main, where he was holding down for his team. And both of these players were on the side, Knight Rider and ScarGod. And they got 2 kills, so that was good enough. And then Ember capitalized upon his positioning, and he found more. Number 11 just sang its tune onto the notes of Godparticles. And now we have a really difficult situation here. The minute S8UL lose this, it's game over.
They can't. That's the thing. Strix, it's got the Blade Storm, but then again, there's the Killjoy ability. Nanosom that can't. The bot. Yep, there it is. Okay, so it gives information to Shivy that members are present near Pizza, near Market. They're pushing in deep. Binks as well as there. Nitro has got to fall back to the side. He's been spotted from many angles. He's pushing to Strix right now. The blades miss, the bullets miss, the shots miss. The classic still gets the kill, but Shivy gets the retrade really quickly. And Logista is back on the bomb side. He gets 1. Oh, great headshot. He's looking for more. He spots another. He gets the 2nd kill. Logista may have just saved the day for the side of Godparticles, as planting the spike is going to take a lot more time than expected for S8UL. Badman's by himself in Market. He's got to make sure he doesn't get spotted out. Ezzy is all by himself. They can't go for retrades now, can they, the members of S8UL? They have to play individually. Badman, he can be the catalyst. He gets 1. He was looking for 2. 2 versus 1. Ezzy by himself. He peeks. Now it's a 1 versus 1. Astra versus Astra. Ember speaking wide. He sees the barrel of the gun. And he gets it. Gets it. This may just be it, universe. This may just be it. Godparticles. Round number 12 is theirs. Best of 3 point is theirs. Oh, he's got a showboat. He has to showboat a bit because Godparticles are a single round away from getting good chances of being in the playoffs, but no one really knows what happens next.
Match point.
Yeah, because this is a match that will deliver 8 points to both of these teams, given that Godparticles win this, but not playoff spot just yet, because that's going to come down to the nitty-gritties, like I said earlier. You know, number of map rounds that they've picked up, or whatever it is, because VALOR is yet to play their last match. If they win, both of these teams putting in their efforts is going to be to no use, because VALOR is going to go through. So we're going to have to wait and see. Both of their lives hang in the balance, as VALOR is in control of the fate of their own and these 2 teams. For now, it looks like they've done the most that they can. And now they pray up to the gods. Pray up to the gods that VALOR did not win the next match that they play. But for now, the side of Godparticles, they want to finish this off. And Knight Rider, he's waiting for it. He throws down the smoke. Does not get concussed. Oh, this is going to be difficult. Still a little close for comfort here with the weapon of choice that he has. As streaks towards heaven. It's going to be met by ScarGod's Vandal. That's going to give them advantage. ScarGod looking for more. Not going to be able to connect.
Oh.
But Ember is still alive. And Logista from A short.
The spike.
Oh boy. Here we go.
It's going to be big. Yep, there's the counter Killjoy lockdown. Logista's gonna hold this fort right now. He can't get the kills. The lockdown will be destroyed. But look at Ember. Look at Shivy right now. So it's going to be a rotate over to the B bomb side. And Godparticles will just be following the members of S8UL in this game of cat and mouse. And now, yet again, the game of cat and mouse will be turned on its head, as it will be S8UL chasing off the members. Godparticles, they'll be on the retake. The spike is going to be planted that buys S8UL some time as Godparticles reposition. And it's going to be a 2 versus 2. Both the attackers now on the boathouse. Ember, he's the only person who's got a lot of HP, like considerable amount of HP when compared to the 50s to 70s that the other 3 are rolling around. he's got the cosmic divide. He's got all of it. All they need to do is get info as to where exactly the the attackers are. He knows about it. He's using the concussions. He's using the gravity well. The shock dart will be utilized as well. It tags a few of the members. Bings is gone. 1 versus 1. All to play for. Shivi peaks. And he gets it. It may just be it. Yes, it is. Godparticles.
This is really close. Oh
did it.
my god, of course to clutch it out with 0.26 milliseconds left. What a match. And the way it ended, of course, it had to be down to the wire, literally milliseconds to clutch it out on. Shivi has brought his team everything that they needed to push it to the 2-1 victory. They were hoping for the 2-0, but they're going to have to settle for this. But what a game of Valorant this has been in this best of 3. First map, 15-13. Second map, we go 13-5. Third map, we go 13-5. It's just overturned on its face, and Ascent gives the side of Godparticles their last match as a victory in the Tec Gauntlet group stages, Season 3. And let's have a look at the match highlights to have a look at everything that went down, because it was the show of Godparticles through and throughout. From the first get-go itself, a couple of showings of S8UL where we thought, okay, this is going to be, you know, something that they can come back towards. But the minute they lost that pistol round in the second half, it kind of looked like they were a done deal.
That's the thing. Right now, I'm not gonna lie that S8UL just couldn't capitalize off it. What happened? I mean, after Byte was obviously just absolutely for S8UL all over. But the way the momentum has changed in all of this, like it went from Godparticles winning, S8UL won, and then they lost back up. You know, there was no continuation of momentum. It was just stop and go, stop and go. Depends on the map that you're playing. These two teams, well, they've shown to everyone else as well that there are certain maps where they're very strong, but then again, there are also maps where, you know, things can get overturned, as they did. S8UL, you know, people were I mean, everyone knew it's going to be an extremely close affair, but S8UL were the favorites heading into this matchup. No, Godparticles, they just completely turn it on its head, like you mentioned, and they are the ones, you know, they get this upset victory. Still, standings overall, how does it matter? You know, we'll have a look at the standings with both teams having 8 points. You have to look at the round differences. That has to be calculated back end. And you also have Team VALOR. I'm sorry. I sincerely hope someone from Team VALOR is watching and in the chat. They can be like, now, we are the ones who are taking this 4th position. These two teams, you just watch this best of 3 for enjoyment. We'll be the ones who will end up overall. But other than that, yeah, Team VALOR, that's a story for another day. The next time we see them playing their BO3. Right now, we still have so much to talk about that, you know, what exactly happened here on Ascent. Yeah, this pistol round, this one, I think this pistol round did more psychological damage to S8UL members. Like, I don't know, it tilted them in a way, because Logista, there was no way he should have won that. Logista should not have won the 1v2 clutch. The garden door, just the one wedge in between the two teammates, and that wedge literally drove an entire crack down the members, and that crack just ended up, you know, obliterating S8UL's post-plant scenario. And yeah, really, just a 5 HP. How did he do that? But that, to me, like you mentioned, was the tipping point, which made S8UL just go over the edge and lose focus and balance.
Yeah, well, in the end, it was all about endurance, and it looks like Godparticles had more of it compared to S8UL. I really thought that the momentum of Byte was going to continue for these boys here. But
yeah,
Godparticles, they turned over a leaf, they turned over a plant, they grew a whole new tree, and they're here to stay. Now, it's up to VALOR. They are playing the Alpha and the Omega. And both of these teams are just a bunch of pawns that are just waiting for the opponent that is in front of them, that they're not even going to be facing, to make the decision of their life in this tournament. As you can see,
that's the thing.
Yeah, that is the thing. It's gonna get a lot more difficult for this team, because now, I mean, you know, it's kind of the worst position to be in, right? When you've done everything you can, but your fate is in somebody else's hands of them losing or winning.
It's not a good feeling. It's kind of like how I feel after giving exams. I know. I mean, I don't give my best. I can admit this. My parents don't watch this, but no. Again, jokes aside, for these teams, it's matter of do or die. It's a lot to play for if we head in on over to the playoffs as well, and that's why so much of the storyline has just like today's entire storyline was just playoffs, because that's what it is. We are in the tail end of the season. Group B only has 3-4 more best of threes remaining, and Group A only has a single BO3 left. So the regular season is about to end. Playoffs are right around the corner. We have, I think, 6 out of the 8 teams confirmed. It's just a matter of the final 2, both in Group A and Group B, who will be taking the spot. Right now, for Godparticles and for S8UL, the thing is that Valor can still disrupt almost everything, and they can win 2-0. Round differential is going to play an absolutely big factor, something that may not be the case in Group A, something that differentiates their fight, the three-way fight in Group B right now between Godparticles, S8UL and Valor, is that round differential, and your past performances are also going to matter. It's not just the points you have, it's not just 2-1s, 2-0s, it's also 13-5s, 13-1s, 13-10s, blah blah blah. So that is going to play an extremely crucial factor heading into the standings and everything else. Other than that, Group B is always entertaining, I'm not gonna lie. Group A has had amazing performances, but Group A has been more of like, what's going to happen. Velocity, domination. Group B also has TEAMXO domination, but then again, the other 7 teams, well, they're also pretty interesting to have a look at. So let's have a look at them. Let's bring up the standings and let's talk about, well, right now we can see that unfortunately, I think this is accurate. I think Godparticles just don't have enough in terms of their round differential to take the spot. So Godparticles, even though they gave it their level best, S8UL still keep the spot for now. Team Valor can change that, obviously. But S8UL are just because of their round differential, they are going to be in spot number 4.
Oh, that is a heartbreaker for Godparticles. I'm
Yeah.
not quite sure for now that, the round differentials have been put in. I think we're going to find that out pretty soon, given this
Yes.
situation of what we know from the back-end team of the esports club. But for now, the balance of the lives of S8UL and Godparticles, more so S8UL, hangs in the balance of Team Valor winning out their last match. And guess who it is going to be? They are either going to be fighting, I believe, Exploit, or they're going to be fighting M42. I'm not quite sure who their last match is up against, but that is the only
I'll have to
possibilities.
check, yeah.
Yeah, because if they fight M42, who by the way have not won a single match, then I think S8UL might as well pack their bags, because M42 have not had a great tournament. But if Valor are fighting Exploit, then things get a lot more interesting, because Exploit, I'm pretty sure they don't want to get this one out, finishing off in at the 9 points. They want the double digits, so they're not going to let that go easy either. I'm not quite sure whose matchup it's going to be, but whoever it is, let's just hope that, Valor give up a good performance, and S8UL, let's see what's going to happen. But hey, that's the end of today, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of playoff talks going to be continuing in the days to come in the TC Gauntlet Season 3. So much at stake here, so many teams to play for. The group of death is shaping up to be a lot more competitive than we expected it. And we are going to be coming back to it pretty soon. Just ending off for today. Thank you for joining. If you have been watching us, do hit that like and subscribe button if you like the content that we provide, and hit that notification bell icon, because matches like these go up every single day and you're gonna get notified of it every time we go online and have the best of the Valorant action in this region presented to you by us. Don't forget, go down to the description below, check out the description and find the deals that our sponsors have for you, and you can get your next big upgrade and maybe play in the TC Gauntlet Season 4. Become like the pros. You never know. Just go ahead and get those upgrades and the jerseys as well by our apparel partner 656. You are watching the LG Ultragear presents TC Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Crucial, apparel partner 656. As I said, accessories partner Cosmic Byte, and esports partner Aimlab. Thank you for watching. Happy gaming and good night, everybody.
2, 3, let's go.